My power shut off. Wow, it cut off last time. Wow. Even so much so that the other stream is still up. Wow. Mm-hmm. The stream is still up. Really don't know how that's the case. Computing. Level 10. Level 10. We got the setup. Yeah, I'm back on live. Just to see. and where I'm to in the faith. Gotcha. Hello. Wow. Invite, post, comment. Man, it really, really hurts so bad. You know, it really hurts so bad. It hurts bad. That's bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was. My phone, my phone died. My phone died, so I just started another one. I went inside and put on the charger. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, can't hear you. Yeah, I was saying that was a dope live. It was a dope live. Yeah, my phone died. It was charging in reverse. It's crazy. And after I had told you that, I put the brightness on the phone all the way down, hoping that that would help it. It fought it off a little bit, but it eventually died, which doesn't make any sense. So I charged it something. Man. Yeah, somebody was telling me how they shadow ban me because I used to get like 10 or 12 people coming on. Now I don't even think they get the message. It's wild. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. I didn't want you to think that, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna come up off this. Yeah. hmm It's just so crazy though. You know, I could relate to a lot of your earlier experiences. You know, it's just so crazy. But it's so crazy, even in that sense, it's still like, you're by yourself. No matter how much you can relate to someone or how much you think this person is going through the same thing. Ultimately, we still by ourselves and we still gotta live our lives. Still gotta live our lives. Lives. Yeah. Do you have an Instagram? Are you on Instagram? I don't use Facebook or I have a Snapchat and I have an Instagram. It's so crazy. I remember when Instagram had started a targeted individual group. I started a TI group on Instagram and they had like 150 TIs on it. It was a big group. I worked to build it, and like it just got not it never got destroyed. I remember I ended up leaving the group because it just started like everybody would just be fighting. You don't know if someone's disinfo agent. Some people were saying it's spiritual, has nothing to do with government and technology. Some people saying it's government technology, has nothing to do with spiritual. It just became one big fight. I have a snap as well. I'm gonna put my snap here. Which one do you use more? I was about to write my snap, but which one do you use more, Snapchat or Instagram? I use them kind of equally. I use them just about the same. Yeah. Oh, you put it already. The room is lady. Yeah, it really is crazy. Targeting is just, we still gotta live our lives. We still gotta live our lives. I remember when you was talking about, I used to have a pet dog when I was like 13 or 14. And I remember uh right before it had got sick. And I remember I said to myself, like, I remember I was gonna go stay with my cousins, right, for like a weekend. And I remember saying to myself, like, I remember I hugged my dog and I told my dog goodbye because I said, like, this is gonna be my last time ever seeing it. And then when I came back, it was dead. Yep, that was my last time ever seeing it. Dog was dead. And my brothers were telling me how that something wasn't right. That when the dog had died, it was hard like it was solid as a rock, like it was frozen. Yeah, crazy. Yes, I'm gonna add you, man. Snap. Yeah, it's so crazy. And it's just so crazy how like just the people we grew up with, the things we grew up with, they weren't nothing was like a lot of it wasn't genuine. A lot of it wasn't genuine. It was people going about doing this program, acting out, following orders. And it's just so crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, hello? Came back
yeah,
on.
yeah. I
Yeah.
figured to get back on since you typing inside the chat and
Yeah,
the thing. Yeah.
it's crazy. I
Yep.
told you, you heard the story, right, with my dog?
Yeah. It'd
Yeah.
be really crazy, man, when it comes down to animals.
Hmm. I
I love
remember,
them.
Oh, you love animals.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
be like
yeah.
sitting there like, no, be having my moments like, no, you murderous.
It's crazy. Ever since I started being targeted, though, like dogs be attacking me. They be barking. They be.
Yeah, they be barking.
This one gang stalker. Like 2 days ago, I went to the store and I wait outside for I wait in the same spot for my sandwich, right? The bodega. And this dude brought his dog. He brought his pit bull right next to me, tied it up right next to me because he wanted me to move from my spot. But
Yeah, they
I'm
tend to
kind
do
of,
that.
I'm stubborn, so I stood there. I was like, if he gonna bite me, he gonna do what he gonna do. The dog started licking me. I start petting it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they know they can't. You can't really control an animal that much because they could tell who's genuine and who's like trying to control them in a sense.
yeah,
But this little beast that I got, he's something else. He got to go
we got to
because he
go.
be wanting to tear up everything. Like,
He a
come
gang
on,
stalker. He a gang stalker, right?
to be great. He be blocking.
Uh,
I'm like, you dang dog, man.
mhm. You ever get the TV? Like, you know how some people say they get the TV talking to them and stuff. You ever got anything like that?
TV talking to them. Oh,
Yeah,
like getting like little messages from the TV and it has it pertaining to you or something like that.
yeah.
No, I'm not really a TV person. I've been turned off the TV once. The only way I'm not watching TV if it's something that will teach me, like I'll be watching horror movies and stuff like that, or once in a blue. But TV has been cut out my life for
TV.
years.
Yeah,
It
TV.
has been
And
cut
everybody,
out.
I've been cut out TV.
Yeah,
And I remember when I cut out TV, like everybody I talked to was trying to get me to, like, you need a TV. Do you have a TV?
right.
Yeah, because they know they watch you through that too.
Yeah,
These people are really sick. Like they've been really watching us this whole time, like really watching us.
yeah. Some is there to help, some is there to make things worse.
Hmm.
So,
And some of them trying to, some of them is there to help, but we don't really know, right? Like the angel on the weird thing.
yeah, yeah. But
I remember
it's
my grandmother
crazy.
used to tell me, you gonna have a hard life. She used to tell me that since I was like 4 years old.
Hmm.
Just to like,
Sometimes the grandparents be knowing. That's why they get rid of them fast.
oh, they be knowing.
Yeah.
How do they
They
be
be
knowing though?
knowing. The grandparents,
Yeah.
they know. Believe me, they know. My great great grandfather was one of them. There was no shame in his game. When I first came around him, he felt something was on me. He had that face like, no. Yeah.
Oh, like they put
Before
you
he
in there.
passed away, yeah, when he first passed away, and I seen him for the last time, and he felt something.
Also, he knew you was in this program.
Mhm.
Man, that's messed up. And there's nothing he could do about it.
Nope.
That's
Because when you in that, you curse your family.
mm,
That's basically cursing your family.
that's why I know, like, I get around my family, like most of my Black American, like most of my family, I get around like my whole life, like they never, like they're always like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a certain feeling. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Like I always thought it was because I wasn't a part of them, or they probably thought I didn't act a certain way. But now I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with because of the program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And something has been after, and then when they join certain lodges, I think they curse the family by doing that.
Hmm.
So we don't know who is gonna roll on.
Hmm.
So
Like my mother said, she used to go to the lounge all the time.
yeah, they try to get me to go at one point. They try to not the lodge, but I went to like, when you go to certain parties, but you don't know what it is. You're like, what is
Hmm.
this? They be like, oh, it's a Mason party. I'm like, what?
Hmm.
Oh hell no!
Wow.
Wait a minute. What y'all got going on? But at that time, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, huh? Because I have uncles and all that is in that, cousins.
It's crazy. They don't even have to tell us they involved with it.
But you could
You know,
see it in their face because they just look so blank because they want to know the knowledge, they want to know the information.
right. So but they're being manipulated too because they're never really gonna get the knowledge. It's like it's like a string, a rope or egg. How you do that saying where you put something on a rope, like you put something in front of them, like a carrot on a stick. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
and
carrot
they
on a
have
stick.
to go for it and they can't question nothing. They just have to go
Yeah,
with
but they don't even really teach them anything until they get far ahead. They just really string them along.
it. Yeah. I think that's like, just because you go to a lodge, that's like an indoor thing. I think when you go through the tactics, it's like for them to, you know, do what
Mhm.
they learned or whatever. I don't know.
And they do a lot of like gay rituals with each other and all of that.
Yeah.
These these people are not. And I heard they tell you in the beginning, like if you decline to do anything, like we just gonna stop advancing you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it could be towards anything. But I
It's
ain't gonna
so
lie. They say that it's good ones though. It's good ones and bad ones.
good lounges,
No, there's good ones, like good masons, and there's bad ones.
but it's all
But they
ultimately
can't
bad.
say nothing. They can't say nothing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like these people, I feel like they, for some reason, subliminally in my life, I felt like they was trying to get me into that thing.
Yeah, because I think that they go for the, I don't know if you're the firstborn or something like that. Usually
Yeah,
they
I'm the
either try
firstborn.
to take, yeah, me too. So they either try to conform the firstborn, and if they don't do it, they gotta get rid of them or expose them or whatever it is to get
That's
them out.
crazy. And I know the firstborn is the one that like the curses go to in the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so crazy. My neighbor, right? Like my neighbor, she had a nervous breakdown like before she went to college. And you like right before because she graduated high school and right before she was supposed to go to college, but like she never went. And like
Mhm.
out of nowhere, she just became like crazy. She was my best friend's oldest sister. She was the firstborn. And like when we be over there, she would be upstairs just laughing to herself. And like nobody,
Mhm.
like we would never like. She just changed. Do you get what I mean? Like she went from what
Yeah.
I perceived as being normal to just like she regressed mentally. Like she turned into a kid or something again. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Or she turned crazy. But now
Yeah,
thinking
they
about
trying
it,
to
like,
keep me from growing too, like have a like that, keep you like at a kid mentality or something. They put something over you so you could still have a kid mentality.
hmm
And I think that was my issue. I was just so kiddish. Like I was just still like, I'm of age, but I still have like the kid in me. Like I know I
hmm
got responsibilities and stuff like that, but it's just a part of me that just was just, I don't know how to describe it.
I know exactly what you were. I was like super, like I was like super like that. Like I was like super like that. I remember like when I was in a room for the people, they would always like refer to me in third person. You ever got that? You know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
Yeah.
Like I'm not even there, and they all talking about me like I'm a kid. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still have that. I was like super like kiddish for a long time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's so
But that's
crazy.
a cast that they be putting on kids at a young age.
Hmm.
They be like, "Oh, you move so slow," or they'll keep repeating something, and you find out you moving hella slow. You're like, "Yo, why am I doing this? Like, I know I can move a little faster than this."
Hmm.
It's
They
just
put
that they be
spells on you,
casting
right?
those things on. Yeah,
Like I remember my parents like they'll call me retarded, like you retarded.
yeah,
And I remember
yeah,
the last time my father called me that, my mother told him like, "Don't use that word on him." And the
yeah.
last time he said that to me, like it affected me so badly. Like it freaking now they about to start using it again, but it made me just like, you know what I mean?
You gotta rebuke them joints. Like, nah,
Yeah, it
for
don't work on
real.
me right now, of course. Like
Yeah,
I'm mad, I'm just so strong mentally, like, and they don't even like they hate that. They say I act like I got $100 billion somewhere. Why? But act like I'm all that or I'm stubborn. But
yeah,
it's like, what y'all want me to do? How y'all want me to react to it? Y'all want me to crawl up in a ball and be keep crying?
yeah.
I mean, it's just so
Like
crazy.
my problem was I had like it was one side of me that was just like so like just shy, didn't know nothing. Nobody would teach me nothing. And then the other side of me was like, girl, it's something going on. You
Hmm.
gotta find out.
Right.
You got to find out ASAP.
Man, that is a little crazy. You knew subconsciously.
Yeah,
I just used to think like, why are these people doing this? Like when they would do certain stuff, like why are they trying to hurt me in these ways? You know what I mean?
right.
Dang, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And they try to keep you as a kid mentality. Like I never really cooked anything. I'm
Mhm.
like I still don't know how to cook. Like anything I tried to do that was adultish, like they'll just all attack me for it. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. They be like, "Oh,
It's
you
just
can't
so
cook. You can't cook that."
like
They try to hinder you
it's
from wanting to
just
be a great cooker.
so weird. It's so weird the stuff
It's
they.
fact.
I remember once, yeah, it's just so, yeah, and they'll, like back then, before you really know what's happening, they'll just say little lines and it will just affect you in such a way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or every time I would do something like that, they'll just all ignore it and that will kind of affect me. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they'll give you the silent treatment, like you not even there, but you there.
Yeah, and that subconsciously let you, like, yeah, dang, this
Mhm.
stuff is real.
You ain't bugging out. I've been
Mhm.
through it all.
That is so
I've been through
crazy.
it.
Like, people are really doing this. Did they learn how to do this?
That's something that I don't know. That's something in them that has some type of mental control over them.
Yeah, that thing is just so crazy. It's
My
so
my 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 father used to tell me my mom tried to kill him.
for real.
So it go deep, yeah. They be trying to get rid of certain people. If they can get to the certain person that they want, they'll get to a child that they don't really care for, especially if they have animosity towards the male.
Hmm.
They will put them in. They'll put the kids in a trap and blame it on the father for the reason why, and use the kid as example. Yeah, they go deep, man. They go
Living
deep.
so living so 144. She said you can't cook, you can't get a job, you can't get
Get
married.
married, right?
All of that.
You can't have kids, like
It's some very strange stuff. I remember one time. I remember like even like when it comes to women, like I didn't like I was very naive. Like I didn't know what any of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
right.
know any of that stuff. I
Like you
remember
didn't
it
know what
was,
to look for in a woman or anything like
yeah, none of that stuff. I didn't even like none of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was just so crazy. You get what I'm saying? Even in high school it was crazy for me. Like it was bad. You know what I mean? It
that.
was real bad. Like dude used to like call like, yo, you do you like women? You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah,
bad.
they try to, yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time it was this cheerleader. Some shit. She tried to talk to me one time, and like I just straight up rejected her. Like not purposely, but like because I didn't really know anything. You get what I'm trying to
No,
say?
yeah, yeah.
I was very naive, and they was like, "Yo," like my friends was like, "This would be like, yo, this chick, blah blah blah, tried to talk you." You know what I mean? It was just so crazy. But I remember something weird happened. I remember one time, right? This was like after high school. I remember I met this girl or whatever, right? And we would go to the park and like we would talk to each other, right? We would talk and like kiss sometimes or just talk. This how I was at the time. But anyway, I remember this instance because one time when we met up, or a couple times when we met up, I remember my mother and my brothers in the car driving past.
Mm. Trying to catch you in the act, right? It's always like
Yeah,
that.
but at the time I was thinking like it's just a coincidence.
Mhm.
But really, if I really think back and look at it, it was like they had no like they never left the house. Like it was summertime. Like where would them two be going together? You get what I'm trying to say in that
Yeah.
direction. But like it's crazy how your mind picks up on that, but it doesn't. It
Mhm.
knows it's strange, but it doesn't really know because it's just basically how the world works. You think like they're okay. They're really the way you think about the world. Like oh, they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But it didn't make no sense. They were just driving past because of me. And I know
Right.
that
Trying
happened
to
a couple of
spy.
times, many instances. But
Yeah.
that's just so strange. Like they got up, left the house. You get what I'm trying to say? It's very
Yeah.
strange.
And they still do it to this day with me. Like I could come, like they'll know that I'm coming home, so they'll leave the house and there'll be nobody in here.
Mm-hmm. Or they do that on purpose.
Mhm. We do a lot of things on purpose,
These
just to
people.
make you feel isolated. You don't have nobody.
Mm-hmm. It's something that people on my block do. Like, say I leave the house, right? It'll be everybody like, say I'm leaving the house, I'm going to the store. It take me like 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm going to the bodega. So while I'm on my walk to the bodega, it's like a block party going on. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like a
Mhm.
block party, like mad people out on the street. They got music, people talking. I go inside the bodega, get my sandwich, come out. The street is just empty. No,
Yo,
nobody there. You experienced that before? I don't think nobody.
did I ever experience that?
It,
The
it could
only
be like
when
to
I
a
went
lower.
to the store today, that happened to me. But other than that,
It'd
me
be at like a lower
experiencing
degree.
that, no.
Like they like people moving. Like or when that's people in my house, they'll be eating. They'll be like in the dining room eating or whatever. And then when I go
Hmm.
to the store, come back, they'll be gone. Like they eat everything. Like they're gone from the table.
Oh wow. No, I don't really get that. They know that I know, so it's like no point of treating me a certain way if I know already.
Hmm.
Like they engage with me, but as soon as I see something, I'll be like, there go that damn gang stalking, and that gets them pissed off. So they start doing their job more worse. Like, oh yeah, you putting it out in the open, you trying to make me aware of it.
Hmm. Why? Like these people, like they're really dropping everything they doing, like, or are their lives just like,
No, their
yep,
lives revolve around us in a sense,
that's so crazy.
in
It's
all
like,
aspects and angles, as far as to how we do our day to days, far as how we think, far as oh what we don't like, far as what we do like, down to the clothes we wear, down to everything.
mhm.
They have to pay attention to every detail.
This thing is so strange.
I wear glasses, so I go buy me some glasses, some good
Mhm.
glasses that I feel like suits me. then you'll get that one friend like analyzing your whole glasses, want to hold on to them, look
Uh,
at them. Oh,
that
what
is
name
so
brand it
strange.
is. Like they go in
Mhm.
depth. And then the next day you see them with glasses on and they don't even wear glasses.
Yeah, that's strange.
I'm
That
like,
is
yo, like
strange.
what you got
Yeah.
going on?
Mhm. I remember with some dude on my block one time, right? Like the cool dudes or whatever. I remember one time my mother had bought me some True Religion jeans, right?
Yeah,
This was the time when True Religion was like popping. And they were too small. But this is around when the skinny jeans was kind of big a little bit, but the True
yeah,
Religion was too small. But I didn't care. I was never really into skinny jeans, but I didn't really
right.
care because I was like, I want these True Religions. Like, nah, don't take them back. Like, I'm good. I'm gonna rock these. So I remember
Yeah,
one day, I remember I was wearing them, and this dude, like, he just started going off on me. He was like, "Yo, you got the tight jeans on, like you know, you like girl." Like, he just started going in on me, and tell me why. Like the next week, he had on
he
some
started
tight,
doing the same thing.
yeah, yeah, some tight True Religion. I didn't even say nothing. I just looked like. Wow, but that's before
So
I knew
just
what gangsta.
imagine. So just imagine
Mhm,
if we do something like that's really like out of like do something that's really not that degrade. Not saying like degrade yourself and see if it repeats, but it
mhm,
seems like if you do something like far as something great for yourself, they gotta go to a copy extent to market. But
mhm.
sometimes I'd be ready to be like, let me do something nasty real quick and see what
Uh,
happens. Even though I'll be like, God forgive me, but I just be wanting to
yeah,
see like
if they gonna
if they
repeat.
really go to that, even though they already are like that, but
Mm,
because they be
it's
trying to
so.
get you to be like that,
Mhm,
because they never have like they don't think for themselves. It's sad. It's really sad.
mhm,
It's like their mind is blank.
mhm.
Some of their minds are very blank. I had a
Right.
friend, he didn't know how to use his phone. He had a phone longer than I have. The same phone that he put me on, and he doesn't
Mm.
know how to use it.
Was he
And I'm
just
like,
acting?
no, he literally don't know.
Oh,
Like I
uh,
like we have a conversation and literally they'll take his thoughts away from him. Like he doesn't have his thoughts. Like he don't have his he has a programmed mind.
this thing
Like
is
their
deep.
mind is very programmed. Like they can only look at certain things. Like they're limited to certain things.
Mhm,
So if a person that has an open mind that can understand what life is doing and what they want to be around that so they can learn
mhm.
because they don't know they can't figure it out because their thoughts is taken away from them. All they
This is
can is
so.
create drama. All they can is look at movies all day.
Oh
All they
snap!
can
Like you talking
is
crazy stuff.
they can smoke
So
all day.
in
Like
a way,
they
it's
don't
like
know how to break out of that.
so in a way they kind of like envy us for that reason.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy. Like sometimes, like you'll be talking to someone or you be talking to them. It's like they don't really, they don't really know. That's pro. I thought it was something else. Like sometimes I'll just be talking to my pops or something or talking to somebody, and it's like they're not really there. You know what I mean?
yeah. Their
It's like,
mind is just it hurts me sometimes
mhm.
because
Or
the
sometimes I'll
older
be trying
that
to.
our elders get, it's like they lose like their thinking process. Like they
Mhm.
have to catch on. They have to keep up.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like another thing is like sometimes I'll be trying to explain something to him. Like I go in depth trying to explain something to him, and
Yeah,
he'll just stare there and he'll be like, "You explain things so in depth, but not really
yeah,
listening to what I'm saying." You understand what I mean?
yeah.
Like not pick up on anything, but just explain the fact that I'm good at explaining myself. You know what I mean? Just crazy stuff like that.
And I feel like it's just going, like, I feel like I was at that point when I needed them. You know how your parents, they know a lot of things when you're little, but they
Hmm.
don't want to help you or help you advance or get you to understand certain things. So they leave you out to dry, like you figure it
Hmm.
out on your own. So now that you're older and you see what life is about, and they're kind of behind too because they didn't know certain things either. They just go about what they knew and what they
Right.
learned in a certain
Hmm.
aspect of the years.
Right.
So
It's just
literally,
crazy.
we as kids, we supposed to be helping them, but they
Mhm.
put themselves so deep in a lot of things that it's just like,
Mhm. It's so
whew.
crazy the fact that why I feel like so my siblings were probably doing gang stuff. Why they never put me in, like if they were doing all this, why they never put me in the program to do the stuff? You get what I'm saying?
Like, I get what you're saying, but it's a process. Like, you have to be, I don't know, it's how they do it. Like, it's a certain way how they do it because they could have had me because I was just like, oh, I want to go. Like, I'm like a down to earth person, so I
Mhm.
understand a lot, but I'm not gonna, judge a person. But at the end of the day, like, I'm still like, okay, I don't know what this is, but it
Mhm.
was with a family, so it was like I'm not looking at it as anything harmful. I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just thinking like, oh, it's just a party. It's nothing bad about it or
Okay.
nothing's going on. But then when I come to find out, I'm like, dang, what? This thing go deep, really
Yes.
deep.
I remember
Yeah.
this. I remember something that happened. Like when I remember when I was like 7 years old. I was like 7 or 8. My little brother was like 4, 4 or 3. And I remember we used to go to these parties with my dad, right? And I remember like it used to be mad girls my age, but never like it was mad girls my age. And I remember I used to like bother them. I used to like wreak havoc. I was really
Hmm.
little. And I remember one day, and it was like some of them were older, like probably like 10, 11, 12, and I was 7, my brother was 3, right? And I remember
Hmm.
one day they took my brother into the room and they locked the door. And these are like 13, 11 year. One was probably 13, but most were like my age, like 7, 8 years old. And I remember they took my brother into the room and they took him into the room. And I remember them saying, like, your brother's a bad person, blah, 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 blah. And do you know, for like 3 whole weeks, my brother did not say a word to me.
Yeah, because it gets when you're young, you get even more traumatized so easily.
Hmm.
So it's easy for them or get kids or certain individuals to frighten you, scare you.
Hmm.
Like that lowers your like I think everybody has when you're a kid, you have like a shield over you. And when
Hmm.
they be trying to chip that shield, it's like they want you to be like evil. Like a spirit is basically trying to, or evil spirit is trying to enter you.
Right.
So,
They chip away at it.
yeah.
They
No,
chip.
that is definitely true.
That's why they like we have all these experiences growing up.
Yeah. Because when you're young, you're more spiritual than anything. When you're young, that's why
You can feel it
they
and you
can
sense
attack.
everything.
Yeah,
And you're not really scared to like say what's on your mind and like to look at things and question things,
yeah.
or how people feel, like what has to be said or what has to be. Yes, do you know what I
And you
mean?
can
Yeah.
feel when something's wrong. You can feel when
Hmm.
something's behind you. You know how they always
Right.
get that. You get that
Hmm.
feeling like, oh, it
And
feel
we
like
and
something
as a
behind
kid,
me.
we
There's
probably
nothing
don't
there.
really know, but the people around us know that you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. And when I was a kid, like I knew everything. Like I knew everything. Like, and it's just so crazy. Like my mother, father used to ask me about each other, ask me, did I see somebody or did I know something? because like
Yeah.
basically like cheating and stuff like that. Like, did you see this person? I would know who they're talking about, everything about the situation, but I'll just say no to protect my parents. You know,
Yeah.
to protect them. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just so crazy. Like, I used to pick up on everything.
Like me, like I knew something was up because I had like it was like one of my cousins, right? Like they were older than me, but they wasn't they was bad. Like they was just doing things that was just like off the wall. But they was mad older than me. Like they was around my sister age. My sister's older than me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like always feeling like, what is this every time they come over? So it was one time that one of my cousins came over. I don't know what was on her, was something on her, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty.
Oh, you
Something,
saw it.
yeah, something happened to me in that process where after that, whatever happened to me, because I don't want to get in depth, I was like, yo, my whole perception, like my whole everything, something attacked me, and I wasn't right. Like I would go to sleep literally in shivers, like shaking.
Oh, I know
Like you,
exactly what you're talking about. That used to happen to me. Like, I no, not shaking, but I used to jerk when I used to go to sleep. Like, my body used to like jerk sometimes, like that.
it was like something was on me, but I couldn't like describe it. It was like I was always shaking, and then when I would go to sleep
Hmm.
every night, I would have nightmares, like literally nightmares
Hmm.
of either somebody was a wolf or something, like it was terrorizing the whole neighborhood or something. It was something.
Oh, that
It's
sounds
hard
crazy.
to describe it, but
Hmm.
I was going through it as a young kid. I was like, nah, something's up.
Right. I never told nobody this, but I used to have a dream too when I was little. It was like a reoccurring dream where it was a mon it was like a somebody it was like a monster or something that lived in my attic, and it would just like it was like a whole series, like a whole TV series that it was going on every night. You know what I mean? Like that
Mm.
in a way, like
And
yeah,
we're not supposed to watch scary movies as young age at a
no,
young age. We're not supposed to do none of that. And they come through the TV too.
hmm and
When you're young,
they like making
yeah.
us. It's crazy. My uncle, the one who I said was in prison. I remember when we was little, he always used to make me watch scary movies with him. And then after the movie was over, he'll pretend like he's turning into a werewolf or something. And he would always scare me.
Yeah.
My always leave me there by myself. Crazy.
Yeah. That's the
And
start of it. Like they want to spook you to the point they like fear. It's something
mhm,
about fear that lowers you to a certain dimension, a certain way that they can spiritually
mhm.
attack you and attach to you.
And when you watching the movies with them, they watching you to how you react.
Yeah, yeah,
This is some real dark stuff.
yeah.
This is really going on. It's so crazy. It's
They
so
go
crazy.
deep, very deep.
And I heard when my uncle I heard this recently, but I heard it like overheard it. They didn't tell me about this, but that same uncle, I think when he had me, he was babysitting me as a baby one time. They said I was a baby, and they said the house got swatted.
Oh
They got
wow.
swatted. He ran, and I was the only one in the house, and the SWAT team came in. Ain't that crazy? Like they didn't
Hmm.
tell me this, but I just overheard it, and I'm thinking like that's crazy for that to even happen.
Right. There's a lot of things that happen to us. There's a lot of things, but they don't get in depth what happened to us. Like my mom, she slipped up and told me that my grandmother damn near dropped me on the floor. Like
For real?
literally. Yeah.
Oh, they tell you what time is it? It's 10:44. I yeah, like an orange juice or something. Yeah, orange juice. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
it's crazy. Like they really slipped. Like they didn't even tell you directly, right? It's the same thing like the SWAT situation.
Yeah, they when you start getting older, then they start telling you certain things that they want to tell you, like, yeah, your grandmother almost dropped you on your head. I'm like, for real?
Wow, that is so crazy. And you think
Mhm.
this stuff was done on purpose?
I don't know, but I don't think my grandma would have. It
Hmm.
was probably just out of because sometimes your grandparents could be attacked too.
Hmm.
Because I got one picture of my grandmother when she was last alive before she passed away, and I know that I got some wicked people in my family. So my
Hmm.
grandmother was definitely a fighter. So
These
she wasn't
people
playing
are
no
really.
games.
These people are really involved with this. Like it got me. Like my grandmother, she's still alive. She's schizophrenic. I grew up with her, right? She's schizophrenic, but when I really process it, she wasn't schizophrenic. She was being gang stalked.
Yeah, they make you gangster because they want to mess up your mentality. So you can sit there and be schizophrenic, bipolar, all them things.
Right. And when I was
So they
mad
can have
little,
a reason to hide that.
mhm. When I was little, my grandmother used to always say I had a hard life. She was the one who used to say I had a hard life. And yeah, it's just so crazy how I forgot what I was gonna say. My train of thought. Sometimes I feel like they do that too. Like they blink our minds somehow, sometimes
Yeah.
something. But it's so crazy. I remember one time my mother was talking to a friend. The same thing with that over her thing, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember when Andy was a baby. Yeah, I used to put him in the cabinet and slam like I used to lock him away in the
Mhm.
cabinet." And
Yep.
that's some real dark stuff. Like if you look at psychology, if a baby or a kid gets locked in the dark, like in the dark, if you enclose them, like that's like some MK Ultra satanic ritual abuse stuff.
Yep.
And as a
Yep.
kid, you don't know that you could just open it. Like you feel like you're trapped in there
Yeah,
forever.
you're not ready. You don't know how to move and maneuver, how to get out of certain things. So just imagine somebody older than you putting you in certain things and you don't know how to get out. Like I always wanted to run away. I would always tell her, I'm running away. Like,
I remember when I was 8 years old, I told my dad like I'm gonna commit suicide. I'm gonna kill myself. And I remember my dad' response was, "Come on, let's go to the park right now. I'll get a rope. We could do this."
for real? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's, ooh.
these people are really sick. Like this is really like going on.
Yeah, they've been playing mental games for so long, man.
Hmm. And I was always like my grandmother's favorite. I guess because she knew,
Yeah.
and she never said that about my brothers, like that they had a hard life, even though we all grew up the same, on the same age. She would only say that about me. And when
Yeah.
she would say that everybody would go quiet, just act like
But
she had.
like, yeah, okay. They be hating low key.
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. That's what happened to me yesterday. My aunt called. She was like, yeah, she's doing so good. And then my mother was like, I can't. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Like this is some like these people are heartless. They probably been getting like money for us, right? You know what's crazy? Before I was
Of
engaged to
course.
them, I used to always.
Of course. Child support,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
SSI, all that stuff.
Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, I used to think like, why? Like
Yeah, child
subconsciously,
support, SSI, everything. They
when
try
I
to
was
make
little,
you sick
mhm,
so you could get more.
man, I used to think like, are my parents? I used to always think no. I used to think like right around I was in high school. I used to think like these people are trying to like they're trying to reprogress me so that they could get money off of me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like they're trying to, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, but that is so sick.
We see it to this day.
Hmm.
Some of these young mothers don't know what they're doing, and they getting their kids vaccinated. They certain. It's the
For
same
money, right?
thing when they don't know.
It's this girl
Mhm.
I'm following on Snapchat, right? Like before, I don't really know her too much, but we met at club before. So I see her on her story with her daughter. Sometimes I see a story with her daughter, and I could just tell, like, dang, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They
you
be
could, I could just
dangling their
see,
kids.
yeah, I could see like she don't look like the girl don't look like it look like you get what I mean? Like something is happening. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You could just tell like something is happening, and just the way she treat her and everything. Like I'm like, ah man, like you could just relate to her. You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just so crazy. And she has her like cooking and stuff. That's bad, right? She has her like really cooking. The girl probably like 6, 5 years old, and she just be
Yeah,
cooking.
they be starting them early
Yeah, like
because they
so
want
that
them
she.
to be a part of the system. Well, not really. They trying to make them out to be not like them. So
Mhm. She's
there's
making
some
it so
good
like where she
bonds
could
and
like where she's like something is wrong with her. Like like she she might need assistance, money, or her daughter needs medication. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just so crazy. Like, yeah, like this is really going on. And
that's
this,
why I don't have no kids to this day. That's one reason.
yeah, I don't even want
'Cause I'm
kids.
not bringing in no child that I feel like is trying to get help me. I'm gonna have a baby to help me get through life because I can't do it on my own. So I gotta bring another life in to duplicate the money and try to make it sick or this and that just to stay
Hmm.
afloat and stay looking cute for the world. Mm-mm.
That's exactly what they do. Man,
And feed
yeah,
into the system. Like, no.
these people are really sick. Like this stuff is really going on. You know what I mean? And these young sucker people are real sick.
Yeah.
I really don't know what is going on.
One time I walked in the living room and my sister and my mom was there. I said, why? Y'all see what's going on outside? All these gang stalkers. Why y'all ain't saying nothing about these gang stalkers?
Mhm,
My sister was like, well, this is life. And that was it. I said,
mhm.
wow. I
But
said,
it's
so
just so
you very
crazy. Like,
aware then.
they aware of what's going on.
Hmm.
These people really treat their own people like that too, though. It just boggles my mind. Like this stuff is really going. You know what Ti on YouTube called Rojo Renetta Jones?
Yeah. I follow her too.
Remember she
I
had
like
that. She was talking about how when she first started getting targeted, she went to a church. Remember on
her. Yeah.
42nd Street, and she was saying
Yeah.
there was all kind of sick stuff.
Hmm.
And that's that pastor. His name is David Wilkerson. He was the head of Times Square Church.
What?
He like the best pastor, one of the best pastors on YouTube. It's just so
Wow.
crazy. Like, and she said they monitor you. She said they had stuff in the house monitoring while she was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
People are sick, man.
She said that she even got something they poisoned her where she had to cleanse her whole body out.
Hmm.
And she used to be in Central Park a lot, just going off. Like she still be doing her videos, but
Hmm. It don't seem like she going. Nah, she. Let me stop. But yeah. I liked her videos though.
yeah, she was passionate.
Hmm. It's just so crazy. Like this stuff is really going on. Like she still make videos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, she
I
just
be
don't.
watching her from time to time.
Yeah. they really like this stuff is really going on. It's right in our faces to see, like, you know,
Hmm. I swear, if I come and get with another target individual just like me, shit, we gonna be lit.
facts,
We gonna be lit because we gonna be like, yo, you see this? Like, we gonna be laughing at them, like, yo, this,
right,
bro.
mhm, facts,
I'm like, mm-mm.
yeah. And I used to be just like you, like calling them out straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Calling them straight out, like, oh, you doing this, this, and this. You doing this, this, and this.
But they know that I know, so I just go about my day
Mhm.
and I still be me. And that just bothers them in a sense.
I
I'm
really don't
like,
understand. Like, I remember I looked up gang stalking before I knew what was going on, probably like a year or two before, 2 years, 3 years before I was being gang stalked. I found out gang stalking on the internet.
yeah.
I remember me and my brother was in the living room and I was just browsing and I looked at a couple videos and I told my brother, like, yo, look at this thing. It's something called gang stalking. It's where a whole bunch of people follow you around.
Mhm.
And my brother kind of like ignored me a little bit, I guess because he knew, but I was like, you think this thing could be real? And he was like, I don't know.
That definitely be the sign. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know.
But at the time, you know what I was thinking it was? Like from somebody who never heard of it? I thought it was like people playing pranks on people. You get what I mean?
Wow.
Like I thought it was like you
Yeah.
ever heard of those flash mobs? I thought it would be like
Yeah.
a group of people who get together and they just be like, "Yo, we gonna follow, like we gonna do certain things to make the people know that we following them, and we just gonna follow them." You know what I mean? I never thought that these
Yeah.
people like it was these people were crazy. Why would somebody think that somebody? You get what I'm trying to say? I
Yeah.
never not once thought these people were crazy. All I thought was that they were being pranked. You know?
Nah, it's real. I didn't never looked up gang stalking. I looked up. It was something that kept popping up. That it was like this woman. She was had crystals and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and she was in like in the Fordham Road area in the Bronx. So I'm like, what the hell is she doing? She was just giving out mad information. She was like, y'all better get ready because they lowering your frequency out here. Y'all
Mhm.
getting targeted out here. Before I even know what gang stalking was, I'm like, what you mean?
Oh,
Crystals,
that's
get crystals.
crazy.
What you mean, crystals? What the fuck is that? Then the next minute, like maybe a year or two later, then I watched another dude. He was like, "Yeah, they fired me from my job." And then no, he was saying he was at his job for 15 years or maybe more, and he decided to quit. Like he was just like, or try to leave to go to another job, and they
Mhm.
target him for that.
That is so weak.
Yeah, they target him for that. His job targeted him for that.
Right.
Cause you could be targeted from your job too. Cause if you've been with them for mad long, they will turn on you. Like, oh yeah, you leaving us? Get them.
Every
Like,
it's crazy. Every job I had, I've been mobbed. Every single job I had, from my first job, 19, all the way until I've been mobbed. Every single job I've had.
yeah, same me too.
This is
My
like
first
before gang
job,
stalking, before it would happen anywhere. Like it happened in my household, at my job. I
yeah,
was never really bullied in school. I was
I
never really bullied
was
in school because
full
I always
blown.
like I don't know. It was this one bully, right? Who was in one of my school. He was like the baddest dude I ever been in school with. Like, oh, like, like it was crazy. Like, I got stories about this dude. But I remember, like he never did anything to me for some reason, and I would always be staring at him. You know, like most people would avoid looking at him, but I would always like,
Mhm.
like and for some reason, like bullies never really mess with me because like I guess that, like, I would always like have in my mind, like, y'all better not try this. You get what I'm trying to say? If anybody was gonna bully me, it was gonna
Yeah.
be somebody who wasn't really who people didn't expect to be a bully. Because around the bullies, I would like make them
Mm,
like like mentally, like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But in my neighborhood, I used to kind of get bullied because, like, you had the older
What?
kids, and one of the kids, he
I'm
never
always
liked me.
bullied.
He never liked me, and it's crazy because, like, even like years later, I remember one of my friends said they met so, and I told him I was going to your house, and he got mad and told me, "Why am I going over there?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he
like
was
they don't
asking me,
want
"What
you
did I do to him?"
around.
Yeah, these people really used to like they used to hate me. Like, they used to mess with my. They used to go out of their way to like pick with me. Like, it was just so crazy. You know what I mean?
No, they'll find ways to embarrass you too.
Mm-hmm. They used to embarrass me. It's just so crazy. And it's
I'm
like anytime.
embarrassed in front of my whole block. Like,
Yeah.
it was not even funny. I had nightmares because of that. I'm like, oh shoot. But I got up out of it.
Mhm. These people are sick. These people are really sick. They really do all that stuff. It's just so crazy that they really do that.
I'm so used to it. I'm just like, it's the same form of bullying. It's just to the extreme. It's just to the max now. Like,
Mhm. These people are really sick. I remember it's just so crazy that people were really doing these things and we didn't even know. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's why they love drama. They love drama. They like to create it. That's why the neighborhoods be the way they are. It be them.
Mhm. It's real crazy.
And they will never admit that they're the problems.
I remember when I brought it up to my mother, right? When I told her everything that was happening around me. She
Yeah.
said I did a I remember I did a science project in the third grade on nuclear energy. And she was saying, like, that's the reason why, like, remember that science project you did on nuclear energy in the third grade?
Hmm.
So crazy. Like, you ever heard of the bomber? What's his name? The bomber.
I think I heard of something like that.
Yeah, I remember my pops used to call me the bomber. And like, it's crazy how he always used to get me to read like everything on nuclear technology.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, they pick
Snap.
lives. They pick a life for you. They pick your life for you in a sense.
Oh, snap,
When
Steven.
you're young.
I'm gonna let somebody on right now.
Okay.
Yo, Steve.
What's up?
Oh, my bad, man. I was just paying attention to the chat.
Yeah. What you got? I just
Backstage.
where did she jump?
Oh, yo,
I guess she jumped off. Or,
yeah.
or they booted her off. Um, how are you
We was
doing?
talking about like Target before everything happened, before everything, you know what I mean? Like before
Um,
everything jumped off. Crazy.
when when life was normal?
Supposedly normal, but I don't think it was never normal.
Well, you get what I mean, though. You know, before the ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's kind of breaking up.
Is it?
Yeah.
You
Oh, she
wanna
said she got knocked off.
you wanna put
She said she
her
didn't jump off. She got knocked off.
you wanna put the link back up for her?
Yeah, hello?
Can you hear me? You
Yeah,
serious?
it was kind of messing up.
I was saying, why don't you put the link back up so she can get back on?
Yeah, that's what to do.
And the link's all the way back in the chat. It's Miss Lady TV. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I understand what you're saying. Like there's probably never been normal, but there's a big difference between what we're going through now and how it used to be. You know,
Right.
yeah, it's absolute insanity. It's ridiculous. And yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Right now, it's in overdrive right now.
I was kind of listening to what you were saying about like you were always being asked to read about nuclear stuff, and they're calling you a bomber or whatever. That's what you were
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, I used to have a bomber jacket. You know?
For real?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. But I never was. They never tried to get me to do that, but like I think they were trying to groom me. Like they had me in, like I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and I did. I took swimming for multiple years. They wanted me to go to lifeguard training when I was younger, which I never did. I should have. I was in baseball, so I was kind of like being groomed to be kind of like all American or whatever when I was younger.
Mhm.
And like when I was a kid, you know how like all the American stuff, all the flags, everything is going on right now. That's what it was like when I was a kid, or a little kid, and they had me in ROTC. Like you guys have ROTC out there, right?
What's that?
It's like people they have it's a military thing when you're in high school.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I had
yeah.
Yeah.
YMCA.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have the YMCA over here too, but we have ROTC, and so I never selected that for a class, but they put me in it when I was in high school, and I kept trying to drop out of the class, and every time I'd like take it off my roster, they put me back on, and
Mm.
so when you're in the class, they have like the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, all that. They come in, recruiters and stuff, and they try to recruit you. I never ever filled out one of those papers because they said if you're not interested, you don't have to. As soon as I graduated from high school, I had every form of the military beaten down my door.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah. And I was gonna go in, but I wound up going to this technical school, and I got with my children's mother, and then I decided not to go in the military. But they were trying to groom me to go into the military.
Yeah, that really be it. Because I
Yeah.
think they try to do something with my brother like that too.
Oh, really?
Like they have like police academies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of kids in my area was doing that already.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you at? Are you out over in New York, like he is, or are you somewhere else? I'm over in Washington State, not
Yeah,
not
New
D.
York.
New York. Yeah, that's cool. You guys got protests in Rochester right now?
Protests?
I saw that they just did. It was on. They said in Rochester, New York, they got protests going on right now.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't know. I stopped looking at the news, the TV in general.
that's always the best thing to do. It probably is. I can't really help it because I got to use my phone, and then I'm kind of sadly I see the news feeds on it, even though I don't want to look at them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know if you've ever seen my stream or whatever. He, New York gets on here on my stream. He was on it last night.
Okay.
Yeah. You kind of were more or less chilling last night on my channel last night, though, weren't you?
Yeah, I wasn't really talking too much about the targeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's better like that.
Yeah, sometimes. That's why sometimes I don't. I kind of sit back and let people talk on the channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I think that we need to have more channels like this because it opens it up for more people being able to vent.
I
So
agree.
Mm-hmm. That,
yeah, it's it's nobody wants to listen to you. They all want to discredit you and say that you're delusional or this isn't happening. Or why would they do this to you? It costs so much money. Just all the stupid little answers to give you.
Yeah, definitely true.
Yeah, yeah,
it's just crazy, how you said they try to blindside you with the military thing or whatever.
yeah.
'Cause I got a similar story. Like they really wanted me to go to the military for some
Yeah.
strange reason.
You ever think that maybe we could have been like super soldiers or something?
Hmm.
I thought about that to a point one time. Thought about that.
There's a soldier that has my same name that died in Iraq around the same time I was supposed to go in the military.
Oh wow.
He's just got a different middle name. He's got the same first and last name.
Sometimes I be thinking like when something that you're supposed to do, like far as they try to put you in certain things, is like, and if you don't do it, it's like a person who's similar or whatever has gone, and it was
Mhm.
like probably meant for you, but it was like no, it just didn't work out.
You ever think that when you don't do certain things, you make moves and you upset them?
Yep, that's definitely true.
Yeah, like let's just go take this instance of like you were supposed to go in the military and you didn't go in the military. It was like I I was working at this place over in the Tacoma Mall, and I'd been working there for a long time, and this guy came up to me, and he was the guy that was my army recruiter, and he said, "I see you made the right decision." And he said it really sarcastically, and I hadn't seen that guy in like 5 or 6 years at that time, but he remembered exactly who I was. And army recruiters deal with thousands of people, you know. So how would he remember me?
Because when they connected to you or they have chosen you for this targeting program, that's all they do is think of you.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but I'm saying like because for one, back then I didn't know what targeting was. I understood being, harassed by the police or maybe being harassed by people, but I didn't understand it to this extent. You know, that's, that's several years ago. So, are you going full? Or do you got it full blown?
Yeah, I had it when I was a baby.
Oh, you've been harassed since birth, basically.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
it actually going through it in that sense of form. If you look at it, it makes you stronger and it makes you think different.
Oh yeah,
It's a,
definitely.
It
It does.
definitely makes you stronger.
It does make you stronger. I understand that. There's certain things though that they do that I think is awfully ridiculous. I don't know if you go through them poisoning you. They poisoned me.
Yeah,
Uh,
that happened to me one time. I think it was like IHOP. I think they put something in my milk or something.
yeah.
They had me scratching and everything. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? It was like I was fatigued. Like I could not, like, my body was just acting up. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I get it. I get poisoned an awful lot. I switch up my food all the time, so like I don't get the same food. So before, when I was kind of getting like routine stuff, they were poisoning me awful lot, but I don't really get the same stuff twice.
Yeah.
You know. Um, but I don't know if you're familiar, but like the Seattle area, it's like a hub for gang stalking.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we there's a lot of people that are targets from my state, an awful lot. I think the hugest targets when you come into probably where there's an awful lot of people being harassed. You got it'd be like Washington, California, New York, um, Texas, a lot specific states. But
Right.
I know it goes everywhere. Like I I have people on my stream that are from Australia. I have people that are from England. You know, it happens throughout the whole world.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can't really run from it.
No, no, no. It was like I joke about it sometimes, and I say like, I could go to Antarctica and I'd be followed around by a group of penguins. Not being serious. Uh,
This thing is so crazy.
'Cause I think I went down south before like when my target started happening. I was like, I gotta get out the city. Like I gotta go. I tried leaving, and they was right there waiting for me at the door. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no.
yeah, it's crazy for me because I live on a boat, so like they just do weirdo stuff. Like you could live in a house and they'll do weird stuff there too, or an apartment, or but like I live on a boat, so they'll go by my boat and they'll shake it at night, or they'll tap on it for hours. I could go outside and try to look for them, but I won't find them. You know?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like let's go say I woke up at 3 in the morning and I wanted to go somewhere. I really wouldn't want to, but let's say I did that. I'd have somebody following me as soon as I left.
Right. That's what happened to me last night. It was like, you thinking that you're gonna go get some peace, you're gonna go for your walk. So you
Yeah.
try to do a late night while everybody in the house, but you just like, you know what, let me get this cool breeze. Be like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You see cars coming down the block, like, oh my God, they don't go to sleep.
No, no. Well, I think they got shifts. Um, so I think they got daytime shift and nighttime shift. All right, that's my personal opinion.
You're
Yeah.
100% correct. Yeah, they definitely have shifts.
Yeah,
And if you
and then,
look, and if you study real closely, you can figure out when they shift. Like when is the time that they.
yeah,
Yeah, because during the day, oh my God, they like formation together.
that's ridiculous. Um, what is it? Yesterday I actually had a little bit of peace in the morning, not in the afternoon, but in the morning I did. Now, the only reason that I think it's because they thought I wasn't working. I wasn't working yesterday, but I thought I was working. So um, that's the only reason I think I got a little bit of peace yesterday in the morning. I think they thought I was only going to sleep in because it's Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But mornings, they really don't really be out there early in the morning.
yeah. See, like I got videos when like the coronavirus happened and all that started, and everybody was saying it was a ghost town. It wasn't no ghost town around me at all.
I know it was a ghost town around me.
Was it?
It was a ghost town around me, but I still had like police and a few little cars, but it was not like people on foot. It was like kind of dry.
Do you? Is it mainly police for you, or do you got police, fire department, EMTs, military?
Yeah, I get EMTs, police. Like police originally did it to me
Yeah.
because I'm a person like if you are my friend and I'm we both just having a good time and they bother you, I'm gonna be that friend like he didn't do nothing wrong. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
And I'm a type of person like I know my local police department. They ain't nothing. They do criminal activity things as well. So it's
Police.
like, yeah. So it's like they caught me. They was like, you know what? We're just gonna target her. So that's what they did.
Yeah. See, I think a lot of mine is I have two strikes, so I think they're trying to put me in prison for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna rebuke that. I rebuke.
Fact.
It's like no, we. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. No. No. Sometimes people make mistakes. I don't understand. Like, and they play funny games. Like I got this one person I know, and he told me, "Oh yeah, I've seen your FBI file," even though I don't know if he was being serious or he was joking or whatever. He says, "Yeah, it's they showed me that, blah 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 blah," and he's like, "You lived a life of crime," and I'm like, "You've known me for 25 years. I didn't live a life of crime. I screwed up a couple times."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But see, they got everybody. At least for me, it's like they got my whole network against me. They got my friends, my family, my coworkers, random people. My neighbors. And so
Yeah. Pretty much here too. But
yeah.
they still try to conversate and still try to, you know,
Oh, it's the
make
infiltrate.
it, yeah, just to be cool, calm, and collective. But we already know what it is already. I already know. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, they be like, hi. I'll be like, hello, and keep it moving. Because,
Keep it pushing.
hmm
And I know. I don't know. Sometimes I talk to them, but it's I don't know. They had me. They had me not wanting to do a lot of stuff for a while, but I'm trying to break that cycle.
yeah.
Yeah. Biggest thing is when you got all these cars when you're driving and they're trying to hit you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks driving and you have to be a defensive driver. It's one thing to already be one, but to have to be one because you don't want to get hit by a car. You know? I've had people jump out in front of me try to get hit by my car too.
Hmm.
I had a cop brake check me. Um, yeah,
Wow. They were really going depth. And we was just talking about that, like, we was talking about how some of them will put themselves in harm because they don't want to be gang stalkers no more. They
that could
will
be.
really harm themselves, like to get money, a lawsuit, or something, or get something.
Yeah, it's, that could be. Well, I had somebody hit my car, and it seems like every time I don't normally get into car accidents, but every time I get into a car accident, it seems like I'm the one at fault, even though I'm not.
No, that's the rules on the road. That's kind of the rules on the road.
Yep.
Because my cousin, she told me that. She was like, if you even bump somebody, it's like you're in the wrong still. Even if the person behind you was the cause of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, what happened last time I got into an accident? I haven't been into too many in my life, but last time I got into an accident, I went into the middle lane, and the car just turned without looking, and he collided. I had to go into oncoming traffic, and he still hit me.
oh wow.
I didn't hit oncoming traffic, but and then so when we dealt with, and he tried to say, "Oh no, no, it's all good." I was like, "No, man, we're doing insurance."
Yeah. Cause
Yeah, because I
they be knowing. They're like, no, no.
Well, what I thought was, okay, so we don't do insurance, and now you're going to call the police and say I hit and ran you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not working that way. You already got my license plate.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that was right after I got my car too. The one I'm driving right now. That was I think last year. So,
People really are about that.
And they be wearing they masks inside of their car.
yeah, yeah, they
I'm
do.
like, you're the only one in the car. What you need to wear the mask for? They be looking like speed demons with a mask on their face trying to speed down the block. I'm like,
Yeah,
where you going?
they're scared of themselves.
Yeah, because they don't have full control of their minds. They just, it's just sad sometimes.
It's excessively sad. It is. I was on my chat the other night, and I said you couldn't pay me $1 billion to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially me living through it. No, hell no. This is absolute torment. So
And
it's
they spirit is tarnished, so
yeah,
they
yeah,
just like, yay!
yeah. Well,
Let's go.
they live in darkness.
Hmm.
They're worldly people. You know.
Yeah.
I I definitely like. I have material things, but I could live without them.
Yeah, it's not wrong with it, but it's when you get obsessed with it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
'Cause
know.
you gotta know your mind. You gotta be limited. You have to know your limits
Well, it's
with
like
everything.
they worship it. They worship money or greed or it's like they commit these sins.
Yeah.
So and they bow down to them like money's their god. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we're brought into this world equally and we die equally. You know. So we don't get to take that money with us.
No.
You know.
You gotta feel internally rich. That's the whole point.
Well,
Physically rich is not it. Internally rich is it.
they try to get us into a lower vibration.
Yeah.
Try to make us sad or angry or depressed or whatever. Unhappy, miserable. That's all the stuff that they work towards. Like I I really feel like they like suck our energy out of us. You know.
I'm blessed to make them more alive. That's probably why some of them still look young and they old, super old. Cause they be just doing the weirdest things.
Oh, it's crazy that you could be getting harassed by a little child or an old person.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know what they say to the kids to get them to like you get out of the car and little kid gets out of the car and mean mugs you or something, or some like 78-year-old grandfather or something gives you the stink face, but
Yeah.
it's like for one, I think if you're elderly, like why in the world would you do it? And then if you're a kid, you should just be happy and mind your own business, you know. And
Yeah.
teenagers and adults, really shouldn't people worry about themselves?
Right.
You know,
They don't know how to
no, no. Well, they're
for
jealous.
themselves.
It's like hatred was taught by the original jealous people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
I had like a little kid today when I was shopping a little bit, and he was basically saying, "Mom, I don't want to be in the store. I want to go to Target. It's more fun." I'm like, "Oh Lord, it's whack in here." I said, "Wow." I was like, "Oh my goodness."
You know, what store were you in?
I was in Marshalls,
So Marshall's
and
way
I was
better than
on the, and I was just online, and I think he was probably like saying that because
you're.
Target.
I know you're.
So,
Yeah,
because they always identify Target as, they can use that as a symbolism of
yeah,
seeing a target individual. So,
yeah. Yeah. No, I know because we're considered a target. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But really, I'd be like, we're talented individuals because everybody who's been targeted has some type of gift.
Tower and talented or empowered.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I really believe they're scared of us.
of course.
You know, we're charismatic people.
Yeah,
You know, we could actually get people to enjoy our conversations, believe us. You know, like actually be down for us. You know, so
yeah,
Matt,
it's not forced. It's just like,
we have leadership qualities.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want everybody to be on, let's stay together, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we gotta get through it though. We gotta get through it.
Yeah. They uh today I had this one person. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was just watching Ridiculousness." I was like, "What, that TV show?" He was like, "Yeah."
Oh no, I hate that show.
Yeah, I don't like it really, but he said there was this episode. This lady, she was yelling at a mailman, telling him, "Quit stalking me." I've never talked to this guy about my harassment or anything, but so he was trying to ploy me into it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'm pretty sure I seen that on YouTube. I don't think you've seen that on Ridiculousness, you know. But I think he was trying to say it's ridiculous, basically.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um, um, because um, that's actually a video. I can't remember who it is, but it's this lady, and she's considered that she's a target, you know. And she was yelling at the postman, you know.
Yeah. The postmans will do it to you.
Yeah,
It's
they
like, get
will.
my package. Get
Or
my package.
you. Well, she was saying that he was following her or whatever. Like you come out every time I come out. Well, you know, see the target's the only one that recognizes it. We're the only ones that see it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. But yeah. No.
They see it too, but they just be so like, what are you talking about? I don't see anything.
Oh, I know. I know. Well,
I'm like,
especially if they're involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest trick too. Like when you tell them, like, girl, you see that? Or yo, you see that? They be like, no, oh, what you talking about? That's when you know you got one. You be
Yeah.
like, let me move. Like,
Yeah, or you can point things out to them, and they'd be, well, you need to quit fixating on license plates, or you need,
yeah,
well, why do I got 2666 license plates in a day? You know,
yeah,
you know, I'm gonna quit tripping when they quit doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to trip. I'm trying to look away from it, but you really can't. They do so much ridiculous stuff that there's no way to completely bypass everything that's happening around you.
Yeah.
You know, but there's certain things you can try to distract yourself. You know, or
Yeah.
or kind of put yourself in a different mood. Or.
Yeah. I like music, so I just be in my little music.
Yeah, there's nothing
Like
wrong with.
I'm a type of person, I don't listen to the radio or anything like that. I just listen to just straight instrumentals.
Oh, yeah, I
No
listen.
words.
Uh, that's there's nothing wrong with that. I don't listen to the radio, but I don't listen to current music, but I listen to regular music. Like not just instrumentals. I listen to actual music. I listen to the music with vocals in it also. But
Yeah, I do too, but my preference be just the instrumental sometimes.
I mean, I've gotten onto a couple conversations about my choice of music. My choice of music's from from the 80s, 90s, and maybe the early 2000 rap. So
That's the best time.
it, it,
That's the best time.
it,
Everything else is like, what is going on?
just like earlier, I don't know if you're familiar with Spice One, but I was listening to Spice One earlier. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I listened to a lot of No Limits, so like C Murder, Master P, Silk the Shocker, all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like West Coast because I'm from the West Coast, so obviously a lot of like Ice Cube and Snoop and all them, and then I really prefer a lot of underground rappers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So,
That's dope.
but I really should still kind of open my mind up to other forms of music too.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it's always good to expand your mind.
Yep, definitely.
hmm But I'm 36, so I grew up listening to gangster rap, so that's what
Yeah,
was
as we all to some point.
yeah. But that's what was popular in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
Uh, that's what I liked. You know. I like some R&B stuff. Like I like Nate Dogg. Like certain people, but I never really got into R&B. There's some rock I like. I never got into country. I think like funk's cool. Like George Clinton, he's really good.
Okay. I like country music. I'm a Leanne Rhymes fan.
Oh yeah.
I was a big fan of hers for a while when I was younger. I was like, "Ooh, she could sing." I was like, "Yo, she got a nice voice."
Yeah. It was kind of funny. I was talking about the new music. It's like the new rappers. It's like the female rappers are good and the male rappers aren't good no more, in my opinion.
Yeah, in a sense, because they
Yeah,
kind of, talk about the practically the same thing, but just
but I think
in
that I think
different ways.
I think the current female rappers just have some talent.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Um, and plus, I can't be agreeing, or I can't be agreeing that they people be listening like people like Takashi and stuff. So
Oh yeah. Oh no, we don't. Yeah, he don't really exist after all that he creating.
I don't
He's
even.
creating too much stuff going on.
He's gonna get himself hurt.
Yes, he definitely is.
He's lucky he didn't get himself hurt when he went to California.
Yeah, I definitely seen that. I was like, oh my God, what he got going on? Oh,
I just And he's not even what he talks about, so he don't need to be doing that. That's dangerous.
He knows. He knows that.
That's dangerous for someone who's involved in that kind of stuff, you know. So
But you know, he's working for the other side, so it's not like
yeah, he was a
they're gonna
plant.
harm him. So,
No,
because
no.
majority of the rappers is either on their side or just not trying to be on it.
Yeah,
I don't know what side they on, so that's why I
yeah.
be like, mm-mm.
I think a lot of the mainstream people, they're a lot of them are sold out. Not all of them, but a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like I think Boosie, I think he's truly a target. Um, he just don't he don't he well he even says it in songs, Bootsy Badass. But
Yeah.
they put him on death row.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, but he got his appeal overturned because they didn't have no evidence. So,
But I guess this the choices when it comes down to certain music.
yeah,
They be trying
well,
to be the messenger.
there's
They want to be the messengers.
there's a interview from Crazy Bone, and he's talking about how the music industry is affiliated with the private prison industry.
Oh wow.
And he said that there was people that own the private prison industry that put shares and stocks into the music industry when not when rap came out, but when gangster rap came out, and they were hoping that it could brainwash people to get them incarcerated.
Which is a given. I kind of could see that.
Yeah. Well, if you're promoting crimes and things like that,
Right.
and then like I started listening to rap when I was like probably like 8, 9 years old, you know. So
Yeah.
so 8, 9, 10, 11-year old kid listening to that, they're very subjective, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My
So
parents, I don't know. I give them that. They wasn't on that. They was just on old school music, James Brown,
that's good.
um, what is it? MC Hammer. They was on all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Tender,
Well,
pretty Pendergrass.
but rap when it first came out was completely different. You know,
Yeah.
it was positive. It was positive
Right.
music. Yeah. So if you think of like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five or KRS-One or like some real big names from
Yeah,
back,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
Public Enemy,
They
um,
all came from my area where I'm at now.
yeah, I know.
So,
Um, yeah, the big figures. They're obviously the legends in the industry.
yeah.
And Tupac came from New York also. So, but
Yeah. I
originally he
think
was on.
Harlem. Harlem.
Yeah, yeah.
3 stops away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm in the South Bronx where everything started.
Yep, yep. The South Bronx.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, Ice T's from New Jersey. So and he moved to California when he was a teenager.
Yeah, they always tell you like if you're trying to do any type of music or anything, you gotta leave your environment.
Yeah, you
They
probably do.
always,
Yeah, especially if you want to be big.
yeah, because you
Yeah,
don't want to end up like we are. Shoot, target individuals, man. Because after a while, your environment gets, you know, jealous or they feel some type of way of seeing someone come out of there with a clear mind and that's aware.
yeah, yeah. Mm. How long have you not been watching TV and stuff like that?
I can say for about 8 years now.
You think
But
maybe?
it'd be like off and on. I don't really get in depth. It'd be like, oh, I'll turn it on, okay. Or I'll watch the Animal Channel and call
Oh,
it a day. Like I watch TV, but it'll be like Animal Channel. It'll be like educational stuff, not the normal of like regular TV shows that everybody else watch.
yeah. There's probably. I think there's a lot of people that watch Animal Planet.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people. Uh, I don't really watch TV a whole lot. I do watch a lot of YouTube. Um, I
Yeah,
have
that
till
became my TV.
yeah, it, yeah, it's became my TV also. So, but I watch a lot of stuff periodically about this, and then sometimes I'll watch music videos, and then I watch maybe a few different other things periodically on there.
Yeah, you get to choose what you want to watch.
Well, plus a lot of the reasons I'm not watching regular TV no more is like they got weird stuff on there. Like
Yeah.
like I could be watching Unsolved Mysteries, and every the killer's got my name from my state, and it's like every episode there's like they got like 300 episodes, but they're only with my name and from my state.
I noticed that. That happened to somebody that I know. And I'm like, is he a targeted individual and he not know it? Because his name was all through it. I'm like, wait a minute. And I was catching on like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So it's like I really shouldn't watch stuff like that anyways. It's negative, but like I kept
Yeah.
seeing stuff like that, and I'm not interested in looking at that. And then I was looking at YouTube, and I was working at a different job, and I wound up like there's this one day my boss was being really rude to me, and I came home, and then my YouTube it says kill boss and all this other kind of stuff, and
Wow.
I'm like, no, I don't want to even be looking at this stuff, you know.
Yeah, that means the AI, they say the AI is like a cloud, some type of cloud that's connected where Google and I think Google and something else is basically stealing our thoughts and using it.
Well, I'll
So
tell you, I'll tell you, I didn't have that kind of thought. So,
no, I know that. I'm just saying like it could be anything far as like seeing far as what you're going through and during the day and it just pop up.
yeah, yeah.
Like cuz Google tracks everything on the phone. So it's like you have to, you know, just clear out certain things far as your maps because it'll watch you everywhere you go.
You know, you can set it to where it doesn't record your location, right?
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
have to turn it off.
yeah.
And
Um, you have to go in the settings on that. I had like a GPS emulator where like I could make it appear as if I'm somewhere else.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I tried that, but for some reason,
it only works once or
it's
twice.
still, yeah, it's still just like, I'm
It,
like,
it
I don't know.
it just gives you a head start one day, and then they're like, nope, we know
We
who you.
know. Yes, we know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no, that's for sure.
but then I don't know how we can become TIs if Google is so precise on where we've been going. Like, it's like you can analyze and the things that we buy is like you can analyze and be like, okay, these people are really average people. Like
Why?
they're
But
not buying nothing to harm anybody. They're not,
I,
you know, they
I don't think it's that. I think it's that they're trying to make you a character. They're trying to fit a persona for you.
right. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I don't think it's like they're they're trying to like they think you're gonna do this. They know you ain't gonna do this. They're trying to provoke you. Like, let's go say
To
this.
do it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's. Yeah, kind of like what I was saying, with the YouTube saying that, like it may it's somebody who's subjective maybe, and they keep seeing it, maybe they'll do something like that. You know,
Yeah.
really sad if somebody would. Um, there's a video I had a while ago. It's this guy he got arrested. He was in Portland, and he stabbed somebody a bunch of times. And he said he did it because he's a victim of voice to skull technology, and
Yeah.
he kept
Have
getting
you ever experienced that?
kind of, but not so much recently. I was living somewhere else, and I don't know if it was really that or it was my phone because like some crazy stuff would like I'd hear people talking in the background when I was talking to people and just all sorts of crazy stuff with my phone. And I've kind of, but it's not to like other people they'd be talking about like they hear like themselves talking or someone talking and like they'll say like
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't get that. But I get attacked by like the direct energy weapon, um so
I've
that is
never, I'm not, I didn't I didn't experience that, but I experienced like a little bit of the voice to skull because when I first started, they said something because I was like really into like going to church and stuff like that. So it was one that just put a thought in my head, or I heard the little voice to skull say "F your Jesus" or something. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh no, what they got going on?" I was like, "Nah, they are bugging out." And ever since that was my first time and my last time.
yeah yeah the energy weapons that it sucks. It's like you can be driving and you feel like you're getting a heart attack or like you're being zapped by a laser or you get like a pulsation on you. Um, I've been getting physical things like I don't know if you're familiar with like astral projection or whatever, or kind of like invisible touch. But
Mm,
I've been getting some stuff like that, which is kind of inappropriate.
oh
Um,
nah, I don't think I had. No, I don't think I went through that.
yeah, I don't think you'd want to go through that. Um,
Mm-mm. Yeah, they be finding ways, different type of ways.
yeah, well, I think we all got different styles of targeting,
Yeah.
different different things that they do, and kind of like we were talking the other night is like some people get specific things. So like I grew up in the city, and the city I grew up in is gang related, so I get a lot of gang related targeting.
Yeah,
Um,
same here.
yeah. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but Crips and Bloods ain't friends with each other. Not out here. I guess I got told over on the East Coast they are, but yeah, they,
Yeah.
they're not out here. And you ain't gonna be getting them hanging out with each other, coming after you at the same time. Same thing with biker gangs. It just don't work that way. So
Yeah, that's definitely true.
yeah,
But I think they're kind of cool over here, but they play it like they're not.
yeah.
So they can stay in their little territory zone. So when they do get certain things, they act a certain way. But all of them, they be calling each other bros. They all know each other in some sense of form. So it's like,
Well, it's different. It's a neighborhood.
yeah.
The neighborhood I grew up in was all blue, and there's a whole bunch of people wearing red out there now. And it's like,
Oh, wow.
and it's like, there's a Crip neighborhood I grew up in. And now there's a whole bunch of Bloods out there. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I was switched. I was like, what the heck going on? I said, no, no, what is this? This is
Well,
crazy.
I really don't care, because
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not involved in that kind of stuff,
Right,
It's like, but it's confusing. That's the only thing I can say. It's like, you
very,
woke up one day, now it's opposite world, you
right.
know. Yeah. So, and that's just a subtle thing I've noticed, you know. So, but could they just all be wearing red because they're all targeting me?
Who knows? I don't
Yeah,
even
but
know.
see, I don't mainly get red harassment though. I get like red, white, and blue, kind of like a lot of people with American flags and things
Right.
like that. And it's kind of like I take it as they're trying to say America doesn't want you here.
Oh
So
wow.
that's how I take it. But
I used to get targeted for the red in the beginning, way in the beginning. But then they realized it was like short term. Then they realized I caught on, and I'm like, and it didn't phase me. I think it's stages, like it's certain levels, and they just want your reaction.
oh yeah, yeah. I think it's like a fight and flight thing, I believe. And
Yeah,
I think this is a social experimentation. Like they're trying to
of course.
try to see how we react to things.
I think they put people on that. Have you heard of the Citizen app?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it.
Yeah, I had just looked into it to see what it was about because in my area is so much that goes on. So somebody was like, "Girl, the Citizen app is going off." So I'm like, "That's it." I caught on. I said, "Citizen app? They got a
Yeah,
Citizen app?" I said, "Let me download this and see what's going on."
sure.
I kid you not. Every incident that goes on in the area is notified through the people.
Oh, really?
Yes, even down to coronavirus. Like if you were detected of it, they will put you on there.
That's crazy. Well, we live in a whole snitching society.
Right? I
They,
said, "What?"
they can't do nothing but tell on people.
I said, "This is not good. What is going on?" I was saying, "Why did this world just get like this? How?" Like
Yeah,
but they passing laws. They passing different laws out here, so
yeah. Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
over.
I just saw a video yesterday in Texas that they're gonna randomly go to people's houses and test them for the coronavirus.
And then they say if you do have it and something goes wrong, you get ill, it's gonna be considered the coronavirus. They're gonna label it.
Yeah, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna probably just pull you out of your house and put you into quarantine, right?
I think that's what they were saying too. Like some of them was basically they'll put you in. I don't know. So I was looking at somebody's YouTube and they was talking about it.
Yeah.
I just hope that all of this
I just, I
just
want.
go away.
Oh, I'd like it to go away. I'd like it all to go away, and it just to be.
Yeah,
I'd like it to be like it was when I grew up. You know, it's a different world nowadays.
yeah,
Like I don't know. Like there's way too much hatred in this world right now. So
yeah. It is.
it's I can't. I wish people could just get along with each other like people. You know.
Yep.
You know. But I don't know. There's a lot of people that are sheep. And they're reading everything they see on their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, or whatever. They see on YouTube, and they're angry, and they're being brainwashed.
That's true.
You know, and they're all out here. They've been locked down. They're all upset about being locked down, and they're going out and they're creating chaos.
Chaos. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But it just
Like,
shows you. It just shows you that. It shows you that Like really the things that this world is going through, you can actually see a split. You can see the hell version and you can see the heaven version.
Yeah.
'Cause some people are really doing good. Some people are, traveling. There's still people traveling and they don't have, they was like, I'm not worried about this corona. I'm traveling the world. Nobody's wearing no mask where they at. They just all over the world.
Well, that's good. That's good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, if anyone can enjoy their life, that's what you should do. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even for us, I try to tell people, don't let them stop you from being happy.
Yeah.
That's what they're working at. They want, like, for me, I haven't seen my kids in 3 years. Um, they got me isolated, living by myself, and that's not I normally live with people. I normally have a girlfriend. I normally have my kid.
Yeah.
And they've completely switched what my life's like.
Oh wow. Well, I
But
hope you get that back, cause
thank, thank you. I definitely, I'm working towards that. You gotta stay
yeah,
positive. And you gotta believe in yourself, and it's easier when you have a network too.
definitely.
You just have to have the right people on your side, I think, and wishing you goodwill, opposed to people wishing evil against you.
Right.
You know, it's always I try if I can to stay around positive people.
Of course, you got to.
Yeah, yeah,
People that's gonna make you laugh, not be scared to be silly in moments.
yeah, yeah. I still do stuff I can. Like I went sailing, not yesterday, but the day before. So, like that's cool. Like that's still
yeah,
something yeah, that's a nice thing to do. So you gotta have hobbies. And a lot of people that are targeted, they don't do anything but stay home, or if they have a job, they go to their work and they go home and they don't do nothing else.
yeah,
And then once you get put to that point where you don't go outside of your house, you start feeling uncomfortable being outside of your house.
yeah. You're definitely right about that, and you don't feel comfortable around people anymore. You be like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
you
well,
gotta think twice.
you just don't trust nobody. You know.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but you should be able to trust people. So,
Right.
but who's to say? What if a lot of these people that we're dealing with, it's like, uh, other than maybe they're being paid, what if they're just straight up brainwashed, or they somehow controlled?
Yeah, they're very, very dominant.
You know? It's like, um, you can't you can't have all these people hating you that don't know you, unless there's some other reason. You know.
Right.
You know. And I couldn't imagine you did anything that would make a whole bunch of people not like you. And I know I didn't do nothing. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I think I was just helping too many people that knew that they was doing wrong on purpose.
yeah,
But they even though that they did what they did, they still had the guiltiness about it. They was like, you know what? I didn't mean to, and they'll always apologize, but at the end of the day, because they already know what type of person you are, so it's like they feel guilty for doing it, so they'll find a way just to apologize in some shape or form, but
yeah,
it's
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I feel like they apologize to me, but it's not that often. You know,
yeah,
or they try to make excuses sometimes.
yeah,
But it's never direct. It's just like an indirect thing they say.
yeah, that's true.
You know, you know, it's just too bad. I don't know why people gotta be like that. Really. Uh,
Yeah. But just gotta move forward.
oh, I know. I know. Well, I'm probably gonna get off this chat and jump onto mine. It was nice talking to you. So
No problem. It was nice talking to you too.
yeah, it's nice talking to you. And thanks for having me on the chat, man.
Oh, I New York. I mean, I'm Steven. Yeah. Alright.
Calling me your name, huh?
Yeah. Alright.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Alright.
Okay. You too.
All right,
All right.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just chilling back. Yeah. Have a good.
Yeah. It was dope. Very dope live. I'm surprised I'm even like indulging in just conversating because usually I don't be getting on nobody live. I don't do this, but
Right. Cause
I just
I
was
feel
like,
you
you
though,
know
cause
what?
you be seeing a lot of like some stuff sometimes popping up, some funny stuff.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Hmm.
But,
I really tried to like when I first became a TI. I really tried
mhm.
to like connect on YouTube with people, and I
Yeah.
was getting people number, people Instagram, and we would talk for a little while, and then like it just it just never like a lot of the times like people were perps,
Right.
and like you just couldn't say anything about it. It's, it's just crazy
And it's easy to spot them now. It's like, oh no, I can't really do this with this person. You can spot them.
because they make it. They don't try and hide it. They gotta do their job.
Yeah, definitely. They don't know how to maneuver. It's like that's what they just. It's just. I don't know
Hmm.
how to explain it, but
Right. It's crazy. Like when you were saying, like if you hang in with another TI, like y'all gonna be doing stuff together. Like it's crazy. Like the TIs that I've been with, it's like they try and act like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I still feel like they don't really know what I'm going through or you know what I mean? Like the
right.
people that I'm dealing with, it's like they weren't really. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I
Maybe.
do it alone. I be going in. I travel to Manhattan and seeing all them cars and deep in Manhattan just to get
Hmm.
to work and back to work.
Hmm.
Like I,
Manhattan be crazy.
man,
They be having that little small
yeah,
electric car, right, with the sirens go by.
right.
Do you forget that? Yeah.
You know
Oh, yeah.
34th Street, right?
Hmm.
Right
It
there.
be,
That's where everything is at. Homeless, everything. You on a mission.
hmm.
You was on a
And even
mission
the
to get
homeless
to
is part
where
of
you
it
gotta
too.
go.
Even
Right.
they got the homeless. I'm thinking those.
Yeah.
I remember when I was first going through it, I was talking to some of the homeless on 14th Street because I thought like maybe some of these people could relate. But at the time, I didn't know
Yeah.
like most of them was,
I seen one that was basically he was like like where I'm at, he was like the local bum. So it was like we would see him all the time in our shopping area. So I'm like, okay. So it was one time, like I used to always see him, like he always begging, always begging. Then when I became a TI, it's like he will basically walk past me like everything was fine
hmm.
one day, and then the next day he'll be laid out on the floor like, can I get some change? I'm like,
uh,
bruh, cut it out. Like, get up off the floor and cut it out.
yeah, like it's some
They be
dude
having
like
a
that around
lot of
me.
homeless.
Yeah, it's some dude like that around me. He started wearing the Jordans. He started getting fresh, but he's still going around asking for chick.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I had these two couples, like they were supposedly like not doing so good.
mhm.
And they was like, "Oh, sister, can you spare me some change, me and my boyfriend?" And I'm like, no disrespect, but I'm like, y'all saying to myself, like, y'all both ain't getting no jobs. Like, it's jobs
Yeah,
out here. What
right.
y'all got going on? I'm a whole TI out here, and I'm going
Uh,
through detrimental times, and I'm still trying to survive. Like, y'all can do this. Like,
and
and
they, yeah,
it makes you look at them like, yo, what is going on? Because I'm going through what I'm going through, and I'm still moving out here. What's
but
going on?
for some reason, there's something in
But
me
you
like,
know, I gave them a little change.
that's good.
They was like,
Oh,
"Oh
wait,
my
you know
God,
how
you're
like
so nice." I'm like, "Oh nah."
you know what's crazy? You know how like a lot of these channels, a lot of these people say like it's been like it's been going on for 30 years or it's gonna happen your whole life. For some reason, I don't. I think it. I think it will subside in a way. You ever think like that?
I think so too. Yeah, because they can't do this forever until they hit old age. Like, come on, they're gonna get tired.
Mm. But then they could just like they could what's that they call? Oh, they could give it to the younger group.
Yeah,
So the
that's
people
why
who
they probably use their kids as gang stalkers. Yeah, or they teenage kids to do it for them. Yeah,
man, so crazy. Like just to be blindsided like that, to be chosen like that,
yeah.
for nothing to be genuine, it hurt a little bit. You know,
Yeah, I definitely did. I was like, what? No. But then I was like, see, I'm not even mad because at the end of the day,
mm. But it's kind
woo.
of in a way because like it revealed to us who people really were. You know what I mean?
Nah, I kind of knew because of the fact that it just didn't make no sense. Like the scenarios that they would create and the problems that they would create, and I'm just analyzing them like that don't make no sense. Why would you say this? Why would you do that? And knowing that this could be the outcome of it, y'all doing something wrong. Like y'all causing this. Nobody's causing. Y'all are the ones causing this. I'm like, oh
Right. The whole
no.
time you thinking like the whole time I used to read psychology books and I used to do all this and that, trying to figure life out, but I didn't know the whole time I had this resistance against me.
Yeah, I was learning from them. Every time they was like, I didn't know nothing, so I was learning from them, like the things that they were doing, and I didn't agree on it. I was like, my spirit did not agree. I'm like, wait, hold on, wait a minute,
Hmm.
that don't make no sense. Why would you do this,
Right.
da da da, this and that? And they were showing me issues that I would solve. I'm like, wow, that don't make no sense. But not creating this craziness.
It's funny. I
Mm-mm.
remember like what I used to always say like, "Are you stalking me?" Like it was just a funny little thing that I thought was a flirting tactic. I would just say it like if I can run into somebody, but like,
Yeah,
"Are you stalking me?" But like stalking is a very serious thing, but society tries to make it like a plaything a little bit. Like
right.
when you watch the movies and TV shows, they try and like downplay it, like it's a joke in a way. It's very serious.
Yeah, it is very serious. If Michael Myers and all those stuff was creeping, stalking their victims, no, hell no, that's bad.
You watch Chartice Wells.
Oh yeah, I do. I definitely do.
She
She
was
be
today.
going in.
Today she was talking about the horror film, saying that she liked horror movies. She got a Chucky doll, saying that the horror the that's us. Like we the Slayers. That's
Oh,
what
she
she,
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she be going in. She
Mhm.
was like, I be wanting them to go. Like, she ain't no shame in her game.
Yeah. Mhm. And like you could see from her videos, I remember my friend who was a TI, she kept trying to show me Chartice, but at
Yeah.
first I was really like I never really look at people recommendations. But after a while, I start watching it, then I started getting into it. Now I be sending her Chartice videos, and I don't think I don't think she watch anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, she's dope. Like you start seeing like when you start becoming a target, you start getting the targeting people that
Mhm.
becomes target or are targeted.
Who else do
And
you
you
like?
start
Who else do
getting
you
it.
watch on YouTube?
Um um who else? I know I know this guy named Next Level, if you know
Oh,
who that
yeah,
is.
next level. Yeah, he'll do the podcast.
Yeah, he's pretty dope too, but he hasn't been on in a while. Like me
Yeah.
and him actually had a conversation. We both was like, that was the first TI that I got in contact with, close with.
Mhm.
But it kind of went south because he was heavily targeted. Like, but then I felt like he was going through so much, so I think that he thought I was too, like a gang stalker. So I would hear like certain tactics and stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute.
He would do what? He would do certain
But then
tactics.
I didn't really, yeah, like sneezing and all coughing. I'm like, hold on.
Hold on, he used to do that.
And I'm like, nah, but I didn't, huh?
He used to breathe and cough and all that stuff.
Yeah, when we was on the phone, like we'll be on the phone and he's, I don't know. It was a weird experience with him. Like, cause we were both being targeted, and it was like every time I contact him or we would contact each other, it was like the internet just went off. The bots was coming out of nowhere. Like I was getting harassed hard, just keeping in contact with him.
Oh, I feel you. 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 I get it. Son. That's
But
probably why these people
he's a
stop.
dope
That's
person
probably
though.
why these people stop talking to me.
Yeah, he's a dope person though. But he be going through it. So that's why I didn't really
A lot
take
of
it
people accuse. A
personal.
lot of people accuse him. He followed my channel. I follow his channel too. He
Yeah.
always he always every time I come on the chat, he always tell people about me like, yo, this my man, right? From New York.
Yeah, he's
He
very
said
dope.
a
He's
lot of
very
chat.
supportive.
He from the hood I'm from.
Yeah, he's very supportive. But I
Mm.
know that he goes through a lot. He went through a lot.
A lot of people don't think he real.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's crazy too. Like he had got it's him and another T I had met up with each other, and it was some big drama. He was calling her a fake, and she was calling him a fake
Yeah, he was showing how he was drugged and stuff. I was like, oh my God. Like he
at
didn't
that
have
house,
nowhere
right?
to stay, so he was staying. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, is this real?
Mhm.
I was like, he gotta get up out of there.
Mhm. Or you know the story about how those people tried to beat him up or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, oh no. And
Mhm.
now that was at the time that I was conversating with him hard. Like I was like,
But
yeah,
she's on YouTube. The lady who he was staying with is on YouTube. A lot of people know her. I
yeah,
I think she was saying that he wouldn't leave. She was telling him to
yeah,
leave
something like
and that
that.
he was
Yeah.
smoking weed and you know
Then they got people to come and get him
it's
out of there.
crazy. Who else you listen to?
Um, I think that's about it. I don't really really indulge in it too much. I pick certain individuals and that's it.
Right. Like
Um,
when I
I
I to you or I talk to anyone, every time I'm about to cough or sneeze, I mute my mic. Like I know
Yeah.
I and like
You don't
you
want
know,
nobody thinking that. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
'cause I know how I know how it feels.
I
But I
definitely
remember the
get it.
first person I contacted, she was a TI supposedly, and we did a live chat, and she kept cursing. No, she's not cursing, but she kept saying how coming at me about how I was sneezing and coughing and touching my head and my nose. So
Yeah.
next time we talked, we did a live chat. I like had my hands tied to my legs, like not like figuratively, like I had my hands down,
Yeah.
but she made it a point to do all the same things that she accused me of doing in the first time we talked. So I ain't saying
Wow.
nothing. The next time we talked, she kept doing them like she really wanted me to notice. And then I brought it up like, hey, the first time we talked, you know how I was doing so and so. I was like, now you doing so. And she just went off on me and like kind of used that against me, like saying that I'm a perp. And yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's just kind of the marking, like when you're so used to being marked so much,
Hmm.
mocked, it's like a reflex, like, oh, I know it's like you got to do it back, like, like
Hmm.
come on now. But yeah, I get it though.
And it's crazy. That New York meeting I went to, the first time I went, it was like 8 or 9 people, and like we met where we met. We met downtown. We met in downtown. Where's
Was it
that?
like
Like Beacon
Central
Street.
Park somewhere or
No, we met
Beacon,
at Beacon
whatever?
Street, like the art gallery, and they had like a meeting room.
Okay.
And I remember telling myself, there's no way I could book a spot. But anyway, that's beside the point. So we went in, and like we spent time like my guard was down immediately because I really felt like these people were genuine. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like we spent time talking. It was so like genuine to have people with the same experiences, and like it's nobody I was really looking at like this person is this and this person that. Like I really thought like,
Right.
oh, it's full of us. But the next time I went, I just felt like how when you go places as a TI and you just like everybody just so focused on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could just feel it. That's what I felt the next time I went. Like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
mm-mm.
and then when I coming in like that, it's like they changed the whole topic of the conversation and like new people come in and people start leaving and then newer people like as soon as I come in, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they probably were just sent there just to probably act out being a TI and not really was.
Yeah,
Like, oh, they doing a TI rally, so we're gonna go here and we're gonna get act like this a TI rally, and it's just all staged. It's like
yeah,
you gotta be careful. Cause I ain't
especially
gonna lie, I was trying to attempt to go there too. I'm like, oh, they got TI day. Wow, I ain't never know that they did this. I was
yeah.
attempting, but I was too deep into my target, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not coming out the house."
But the way the
um,
but the way I looked at it, the way I seen it when because I used to tell a lot of people about it from New York, the targets that I knew to
yeah,
come through. The way I seen it was that you could at least find one person that you can connect with that's really going to do it. That's the way I used to see it. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
Like, not that it's going to be a group that you're going to be going to or a group that you could be a part of, even the TI day, but you could at least probably meet one person who's actually going through it, who
right,
could probably be a lifelong friend.
yeah.
You
At
just
that
got
time, I
to,
didn't know nobody, so I'm like, "Nah, I ain't gonna take myself all the way over there and be
mm,
standing in the corner, not socializing."
mm, man, it's just so crazy that people really got to, like, we had to all meet each other, like, do this.
Yeah,
No other way.
yeah, yeah. That's how it be, man.
Uh, they love
Separation.
and stuff. And that's- Do you still like? All right, so let's say like we get to a spot where like something happens, like them, right, the gang stalkers or whatever, and like you're the
Mhm.
judge, like like they appoint you like the head judge of everything, like, so you decide what happens to these people, right?
Mhm.
So you dishing out sentences, but then it comes to like your siblings and your family. Would you let them off the hook?
Mm, I don't know. The heart that I have, I can't really be mad at them.
Mm.
It won't allow me to. So
What about like friends you grew up with, or friends who was gangsta, like neighbors, even
it
you
really it
neighbors too?
depends. Like it depends on how far they had went with it during the moment. Like if they was ODing, they was trying to OD on me, yeah, they gotta go. Like the ones that you see that's timid, that's not trying to do it, but they gotta do it, and you see like I really don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it because I don't want to be in trouble with it. So
Mm.
it really depends on the person and
Right.
how they go along with this and how they abuse it.
Yeah, some of them go extra hard, like
Right. I'll be like, nah, you got to
everything.
go. Judgment for you.
They go hard. I remember I was at this church, right? And I was at this church, and I felt like this was kind of a home. Like this church was kind of different than the hundreds that I've been through since going through this. Cause I didn't quit. I kept going. I went to like mad different churches.
Yeah.
This one guy, it was like I wanted to speak to pastor, but there was like pastor busy today. You know they do that. They set that up. So I spoke to the
Yeah,
second guy
they
that
definitely
was
do.
right? And me and him talking, and this dude, I thought like this dude really felt like a cool dude. So me and him talking, he just has his middle finger laying there on his lap.
Yo, out of control.
And that thing just put me in shock. Like when
Wow.
I noticed it, like when I just looked down and like I just went in like a quick, like a freeze for like a 0.1 second. You know what I mean? Like, damn,
Yeah.
him. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Even him. And then he starts scratching his face with his you know, with his with his middle finger.
Mhm.
It's just so
Yeah.
crazy. Did you hear that?
Huh?
Did you hear that?
Well, I heard a voice.
Oh, told
I
me I'm
don't think
speaking
it.
loud. People asleep. So
Oh, okay.
nah, it's nothing. Cause like that don't even make sense. Like it's just cause I'm out here talking. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Like, oh, you're being
It's,
too loud.
and it's crazy how like these people don't like. It's like I be going inside the house like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and like everybody wakes up. Like all the doors I pass, you hear rustling. Like they do that on purpose.
Yeah,
Like
they definitely
you'll hear
do.
rustling, or like I'm on the phone if I go on the steps or I go by somebody's door. Like I'll just hear. It's like they wake them up. You think they know?
Like, get up. They by the
Yeah.
door.
uh Or they get up, use the bathroom, no matter what time I'm going to use the bathroom. Or in the morning when I gotta, like, for instance, like since I've been going through this, I would like pee in a bottle a lot.
For
It's
real? It'd be
yeah,
bad like that. It was bad like that. You was scared to go to the bathroom sometimes. It's when
no,
it
no, no,
first
no. I ain't
started.
scared to go. I ain't scared to go to the bathroom,
No,
but
no. I know I was at one point because I was like, I don't know. That first I was trying to still comprehend or what was going
Mhm.
on. Like I
Right.
would just be like, nah, I'm not leaving this room.
Mhm. And when I go
But
to no, when I
now,
used to go to the bathroom, I used to feel like somebody was watching me. Like I feel so shameful, like dudes is watching me while I'm in the bathroom. But now I don't even
yeah.
care. Like I'm proud in the bathroom. You go, I don't
Like you
really
be
care.
trying to run to the bathroom, like unlock the door. Like
Yeah, yeah,
no,
proud in there. You know what I mean?
stay in
But
there
I
as long
remember
as
like
possible.
every time I had to pee, somebody would be in the bathroom. I don't know how they know.
Like
It's
get
somehow
your
they know.
ass out.
Yeah, yeah, like as soon as I have to pee, somebody will be in the bathroom, and they'll be in there for like mad long, unnecessary reasons. So I will always go to like a bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like wow, like they love to do that. Like, and it's like I would like to not do that. I have to do like tricks. Like say in the morning I want to use the bathroom, somebody will be in there. So I act like I'm going outside to the store or something, and then I'll just run right back inside, go use the bathroom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I gotta do stuff like crazy.
Mm.
It's this lady on YouTube. She was saying how she take a shower with a bathing suit on.
For
She was like,
real?
yeah, she was like, I take a shower with a bathing suit on. When she go to pee, she use like a paper towel to cover herself. She take a shower with a bathing suit on. She said when she get dressed, she put the clothes that she's gonna wear on the bed, and then she puts a whole pile of her clothes on top of it, and she dives inside of it, and then she gets dressed.
What?
Yeah, she get
Oh
dressed.
nah. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
she not playing though. She not playing. That's too much though, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's way too much. That's going the extreme.
right.
She let fear take over
Yeah,
to a
and I
big amount.
video she's had. She said that it was some Mexican guys upstairs. They was describing her what she was doing in the house. What like they was watching her. She said. So she said that sometimes she would take a car and just drive on the roadside and just sleep
Yeah.
on the roadside to get away from them. So she said
Oh, okay.
one night she woke up. She was like by the parked on the highway, and it was a Walmart like inside the gate, a Walmart parking lot. So
Mhm.
she fell asleep on the side of the highway. No, not on the side of the highway, but in the Walmart parking lot.
Right.
That's on like connected to the side of the highway. So by the gate. So she said when she woke up, to get away from them, she's saying the same two Mexican dudes had like, act like their car was broken down.
What?
Their car was broken down right on the side of the
Wow.
highway. They crazy, right? They stupid.
Oh.
They are stupid, right? Like,
Yo.
yeah, these people are real sick.
I also watch. I think his name is O. I'm not sure his name. It's with an O. I think he's in North Carolina. I don't know.
Oh, Ochu, Texas,
Yeah, I watch
and
him too. And the gang stalking simulation, him too.
I ain't gonna say a word about that, but I'll let you I'll let you figure it out for
Oh
yourself.
no, I think I caught on though.
Oh, you caught on, right? Yeah, you
I
can see
think
it.
yeah, yeah, I can definitely see it. I seen it today when I seen it. It was like, wait a minute. I said,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute. I said, okay.
Cause it's like I I thought dude was my bro. Me and dude used to talk every day, but then dude started wilding. Started wilding. We were talking, just all kind of mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just made it blatantly clear, like this is what he is. You know, you know what I'm talking about, right?
What far as it being what it is,
Yeah,
or far as uh, I don't know.
because I even
What?
told this person, your videos are not real. Your videos look like street theater. They look like a joke. And he just said, yeah, but it's like, what can I do about it?
So
What
you
can
saying
I
he a
do?
part of it?
You saw what?
You saying he a part of it?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it do look like it though. It definitely do.
Mhm.
Cause he
And I'm
he too
surprised
friendly
that
with them. He too cool with them in that sense.
nah, I ain't
He's
even took.
something,
Who
huh?
you think I'm talking about? Start with a what?
Ain't you talking about the simulate
No, no, no. I'm not talking about.
Similac? Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about
I
the
don't
dude,
want to give.
the one you named before that. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
I
But
thought he was really going through something though.
it's funny though, because the dude who I met at that meeting, one of the guys I brought up earlier, I brought it up to him, and he said, I knew that already. He said, "Oh, that's easy." Like a couple people that I brought it up to, and the other one I met in New York who I stayed with, when I brought up,
Yeah.
you know, like she knew, like, oh yeah, it's I could been tell.
Yeah, I don't watch him too much. I just see him
Yeah.
from time to time.
And somebody
And there's
else made
another
a video
one.
about it. You watch Food Vibes?
Food vibes?
Yeah, Food Vibes, Nature Herbs.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah. And one of his videos, he's like, "How a black person in America shoot a cop, shoot so like shoot somebody, and then go to the precinct, go get their gun."
Nah, that's true. That scenario is crazy. I was like, what?
But
Yeah,
like,
that
I ain't gonna
scenario is
lie, like,
definitely crazy.
I ain't gonna lie though, like, he he a cool dude though, but he do that. Like, I don't really think,
Who,
like, I never.
food vibes?
No, 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 not him, not him, not
Oh, the
him.
other guy. Okay.
Yeah, like, and him too, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But
Oh
I don't know how
nah,
you.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, badly. But
I'm
with
like,
the other dude, and they both know each other, and it's like he knew that I was talking. Like, it's some strange stuff. But anyway, the old dude, like, I never got, even though he was doing it, I never got the intention. Like, he wasn't those ones that I seemed like was malicious about it. If
mm,
that make any sense, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just had to. You get what I'm trying to say?
No,
Like,
I get you.
our conversations was cool. He was a cool dude. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's just that he had to do what he had to do.
right,
And I told him straight up, like, yo, your videos look like this before I kind of knew, but I just like this what I was thinking. I was like, yo, your videos look like street theater, straight up. And
right.
he was, yeah, yeah.
But it's, you know what? Sometimes they stationed in certain areas and they gotta stay there.
Mhm. Right.
And they be
Sharky's posted
going
the
through
video,
it
but
too.
mhm.
They be like,
Shark,
I don't wanna be talking about this. Sometimes they can't stop talking about it because that's their mission. Like they gotta that's what they signed up for, to just talk about it all the time. They don't have nothing
oh,
else to give.
oh, so they get paid to talk about that stuff.
Yeah. You ain't know about that?
That's
Yeah, they get
crazy.
paid to be on YouTube and talk about it constantly. They don't know what else to talk about.
And that's why sometimes they go away from it and then they come back to it.
Yeah, and they be like, "Yo, I'm tired of talking about this." They like get fed up. Like, I'm tired of talking about this.
Mhm.
Like, I'm just done with it. Like, I'm just done
Man,
with
that
it. But
dude
they
right
can't.
there, man, he not. Oh.
You know?
But somebody told me the same. Somebody told me that he is. Somebody that I know, he's a Ti. He said, look in his eyes, you could tell he going through it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I used to talk to dude, like, I don't know, man, it's just crazy, you know.
The food vibe guy, he going through it bad.
He going through that. Like, you could look in, you could see it in his eye.
Yeah. Like like I follow him on Instagram,
Hmm.
and basically I stopped following him because basically he kept synchronizing with with me. Like every time I would get online, like it's like he'll know I'm online, like and he'll post it and he'll
Oh,
put a fake he'll put a fake smile like I'm living, I'm vibing, like
I blocked him. I blocked him. I blocked him on Instagram. I blocked.
yo, I don't even know why I even followed him back again because I originally took him off too because I felt like they were synchronizing with me.
And he
He was
always used to do.
synchronizing.
He used to do the video chats with me. He would know when I'm online. He just video chat me.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I did the video chat with him the first two times, but after a while he kept like wilding with like his face and making noises and stuff. And I
Yeah,
asked
he's
him like, "Yo, why do you keep
just
doing
always
that?"
creating problems.
I'm like, he's like,
He's
"It's hot."
creating problems.
Hmm. Yeah, chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I said,
He
well,
called me one time.
like, I was giving him encouragement. I was like, yo, just don't talk about that no more. Just, try to wing him off of it because he didn't know
Hmm.
what else to talk about. So I'm like, nah, just, you gotta, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I swear I'm not gonna do it no more. He started making videos like, nah, I'm not gonna do this, talking about this no more. And then few weeks later, he talking about it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can't get away from it.
Like, I'm a god.
And
They
I
say
don't
I'm
be
a
seeing
god.
nothing.
I'm
Like
like
he's
African.
far away. Like
Hmm.
he's literally far away and you don't see too much what he go through. Not saying that
Hmm.
not saying that he don't go through things, but it's too subliminal. Like you could see it, you
Hmm.
could feel it that it's not genuine, like
Hmm.
in some shape
Someone
or
told me
form.
what someone told me before was they said that these people were targeted. I don't know if this is true. They said they were TIs and then they tried to sign over to do it, like to get out of it, but it never
Yeah.
stopped. Lie to you and tell you that it's gonna stop, but it don't. So now you got both.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and I think Sharti said that one time. She was like, yeah, she was like the Illuminati after them. They stop for like a week and then they go back. They think like is they gonna be done with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
I was like, wow. But I
I
just
don't.
hope that I don't know.
And
Whew.
this dude, spot. I could go to these dudes' videos, and I know when I was talking to them because they would do like subliminals. You know, they would
Yeah.
do like in one of his videos, he would be like, "I don't like to wear any kind of red or any kind of RB50
Right.
because
Or they be
I have."
rocking the blue talking about stay dangerous. I'm like, only a gang member say stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like, what you get that from?
Hmm.
Like sometimes when you be around certain individuals and then they pick it up too, and it's like, yo, I'm like, wow.
Hmm.
And that's how
But
you
it's crazy
know.
how like we not even like it's a TI named Unique. You ever heard of her? Unique?
Uniquely.
Yeah, uniquely.
Yeah.
Like
But I don't
I
think I
told
watched the movie. I probably like watched her a couple of times, but that's it.
I told her some of these things and like she already peeped it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like I'm the only one that know this. I'm the only one that see this, but she peeped it. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with food vibe, she peeped the way he
Yeah.
like the hand and all that stuff. And she said ever since that guy, he been with that guy Judah Hunter. It's like that's his handler. He switched
Ooh.
like
And those
yeah,
are the two that I'm like. Those are the two that I think Juna he be talking about like awakening and chakras
yeah.
and
Hmm.
all that stuff.
Hmm.
What? Oh my
And
god.
You know what else Food Vibe
I
used to
just
do?
hope they don't
Anytime.
pop out nowhere. That's the only thing, cause we going live, so I
Yeah.
just pray they don't pop out anywhere. Like,
Someone
oh
else
yeah, I was
yeah.
talking crazy. Like, oh no,
Mhm. And I don't even really
oh
like talk about because I know they're gonna like you know what I mean. It's like
yeah,
if I'm just speaking the truth. I'm not
yeah,
lying. I'm not trying to. And it's like, what can I really combat them with? It's like that's all I know because that's what happened. You get what I'm trying to
right,
say? And like sometimes I don't like gossip. I don't like talking about other people and stuff. But it's like this is like a major deception. You know what I mean? Like
right,
I feel like the stuff that we're going through is like kind of it's life or death threatening to me. You get what I'm trying to say? Like for someone to
right.
get my and this person, you know what I'm trying to say, is
Nah,
in a
yeah,
plot to kill them. You get what I'm saying?
right.
It has to be mentioned. You know what I mean? It has to be
Nah,
mentioned.
you're right.
Hmm.
Sheesh. But they around. They definitely
Hmm.
camouflage, but you could spot
Like
them
they
out.
show themselves. They show them like they don't even. They
Yeah.
showed him, and he called Food Vibes when he hit me on video chat. He asked me about Ochu. Like I was like, how does he know that I even talked to this dude? You know,
Right.
just it's just
Maybe
so.
knowing.
Hmm. Somebody was saying something saying about Sharti. She talked to Ochu and the Food Vibes.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see the video of
Mhm.
them doing the interview. He was doing the interview for him.
With Food Vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think they got like somebody told what's the that dude Duran? You ever heard of him? Duran Oliver?
Duran Oliver.
He's kind of home Duran Allen.
No, I don't think he's a Ti too.
Yeah, you ever heard of some guy named Joseph Lilly?
Joseph Lilly. No,
Jeremiah Cohen.
no.
So
I
this dude
know.
basically he
Go
named
ahead.
people and he was saying that these people are gatekeepers in the TI community and he named
What?
bad people. And I'm like, yo, and some of these people he was talking about is like people I could have swore were TIs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these
Oh
are not even
wow.
the people that I talk like these are just people like I could have sworn were TI. You know what I mean? And this person is just so much deception.
Oh my god. I kind of knew that, like certain individuals adding on fakeness to whatever that's going on. So
Hmm.
that's another reason why it was hard for me to reach out because I'm like,
Hmm.
wait a minute, what is
It's
going
crazy.
on?
I would reach out to TIs, right? Like I would always I used to like leave my email or leave my number on mad videos, right?
Yeah,
So I remember around the time I stopped talking to Food Vibes, every single like it wouldn't happen to the dudes I would leave my number on, but all the females I leave my number on, he would comment right under it like, yeah, call me too and put his number there. Or
what? That's
or,
mad petty.
yeah,
What?
or one time it was this female T I was talking to. Me and her used to really be talking and she told me that Food Vibes kept messaging. She didn't know. I never told her that my messaged this dude. I never told her anything about. She'd be like,
Yeah,
Food Vibes, have you ever heard of Food Vibes? I was like, yeah. He keep messaging me on my videos trying to get my number. Strange,
wow.
you know.
Wow.
And I seen it on the video. Like he was like, yo, what's your number? She's like, I'm not putting it
Nah,
on.
he got mine, but I
Oh, you
caught
do?
on it. Yeah, I caught on for two. Like when he would call me,
Mm-hmm.
he talks about the same thing, and his vibe is like you could feel the vibe that he
Mm-hmm.
brings when you
Right.
conversating because it's like
Mm-hmm.
a repeating cycle. Like his situation never changes. It's like he
Mm-hmm.
just repeats the same
He's not talking
thing.
about anything.
Right. And I'm
It's
like,
like a script.
nah. I'm like, nah, something
He
is
has
not
like when I
right.
talk to you, it's like you talk about things in depth.
Right. He
Not
don't
just
go in
like
depth.
a one big summary. You talk about like individual occurrences that happen to you. While him be
Right.
talking about some big plot, like you know what I mean, over and over again. Not really
Right.
getting to the details, you know.
And it's like he got aggression behind it, like he's just like angry, but it just didn't feel right. Like he called me
Mhm.
twice and I was like, nah, his vibe is different. Like I don't
Mhm.
feel every time I
A
talk to
lot of
him,
these
I was
dudes,
like,
they
nah, I don't
trying to
even
get.
feel good. I'm about to get off
Mhm.
this phone.
He made this video talking about the dating. You seen it? This recent video talking about dating female
Oh
TIs.
no.
He said every all the female TIs I try to talk to. They stopped talking to me. They stopped calling me.
Because he just, I'm not trying to bash him or anything, but
Mhm.
just the way he come off is like, it's just, he has to talk about nasty stuff. Like, literally, he's talking
Mhm.
about the the watching, XXX and
Mhm.
all that crazy stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. All right.
Bro.
So, like, we don't need to get in depth like that, but all right,
Mhm.
what else do you want to talk about? And it never really went anywhere. It was just always in a
Uh,
circle. Always in a
and then
circle.
other Ti female Ti I was talking to said that she would always be trying to video chat. She he would always be trying to video chat her. Um,
Mm-mm.
and I had to block this dude because yeah, the synchronicity was crazy too. He would be online when I'm online.
Right. But he told me that I was like, because we was talking about, he was like, oh, I was saying like, oh, they do have, you know, they be teaching their kids how to work the computers and stuff like that, how to hack computers and do all that stuff. So he
Mhm.
wound up saying, oh yeah, my brother know how to do all that. So I was like, boom, there you go.
Mhm.
So I was like, boom.
Mhm.
That's probably why I could be
This
secret
is dude.
like that.
You ever heard of this dude called
Huh?
Finest Thing Walking? This dude called Finest Thing Walking. This dude who had beef with Enoch.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
He
I
did a
watch Enoch too.
him and Foo Vibes had a beef, but he did a video looking at the New Breed beef versus New Breed and Foo Vibes. You
Oh
seen that?
yeah. I was like, what's going on? He kept talking about that. I said, y'all for real? Because at first I was thinking like they was just joking. I'm like, y'all not
It-
for real.
It's crazy though in that video. Finest Thing, Finest Thing don't believe gang stalking is real.
Yeah.
In that video between the beef between him and New Breed and Foo Vibes, he was like, Foo Vibes, I finally figured it all out. He's a gang stalker. Look at how he
Nah.
and then people in the comments was like, yeah, they don't even believe in it, but they start saying that he's what, you know.
Oh
And
wow.
then Finest Thing said the same thing I said. He was like, one of my friends on Instagram, she said you be hounding her in the DMs.
Dang. Sheesh.
Crazy.
Wow.
And that's another thing that I figured out with these people too.
Yeah.
They're gonna know everything that I'm saying right now.
That's a fact. Cause me too.
I
Cause
noticed that
I
too when
be
I talk to him, when I talk to them, and like if I like the way what I'm talking about right now, they're gonna know what I said, that I said this. They're gonna have everything
yeah.
probably gonna be recorded and sent to them. You get
Yeah.
yeah? And then they
And
probably make
that's
a
the
video.
whack reason. That's the whack reason that I
And that's
hate
why I
this
don't accept
program.
they can make this video on me, anything. Like they already, I'm saying, like it's their, they got a whole group. They got people who, they could trick people into, because there's people who people think are real that are not, who could side with their whole movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I probably have a lot of people hate me at this moment. Cause they be repeating everything I say. Or even the things that I don't even say or just think about. It's like, well, they be repeating it. I'm like, oh snap.
Mhm.
I'm like, wow. But
Man, but
hey,
maybe he is a Ti though, fool. Maybe he's a Ti, but that's just
who
the way.
knows? Yeah.
Maybe he just
But
man,
then he
but
was also saying that he opened his third eye, so
mm.
maybe that could be it.
And then Finest Thing called him when he said anybody who calls himself a god is a demon. But in his raps, he's always saying the young
Dang.
god, the god still. Mhm.
Well, it's half and half. Some of them just don't know what side.
Mhm. It's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
all these people is really like the people that you think. I've met people who don't have any channel, like they don't have no picture and no videos. And it's like I feel like some of those people are more genuine than a lot of the people who have mad followers and have all the videos and stuff. You feel me?
Of course.
Mhm. But
Because
at
they
the time,
don't
I
really care about for the attention. They just be just doing them and don't really care.
Mhm. I remember when I used to talk to Ochu one time. I remember it was this Ti I seen. I see one of his videos got recommended to me or whatever, and he only had like one subscriber. He had one video. He didn't have that much views, but what he said resonated with me. So I told him like, "Yo, call me. You know what I mean? Call me if you're going through that."
Yeah.
And then like 2 minutes later, Ochu commented under my comment like, "Yeah, call us." he said, "Yeah, call us." And at the time, that's before I really knew. I thought, I was thinking like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it's
you
fun.
watch I'm Morgan Lewis?
Yeah,
He's a TI, I think. Because I be seeing him.
it's very strange stuff going on. I'm telling you, it's so strange. One of the dudes, one of the ones, you remember the one I said I went to school with who was a target?
Yeah.
So I Morgan blocked him. I Morgan
Mm,
blocked him with his channel. Like, or Morgan used to call him a gang stalker. Like, yo, what are you doing on my channel, gang stalker? Like, at all. Like, I know who you are.
yeah.
So I ended up meeting this dude. Me and him started meeting. So I see like the stuff going on. Like, I think he's real. So he was telling me I Morgan Lewis got a handler. That so on his page is a handler, and that he's not a real Ti. So I'm
Oh, wow.
automatically believed him, but I don't even know. I don't even think what he was saying, was true. I don't know, but I feel like he is. You know what I mean? And nothing to indicate that he's not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really think he is in a way.
I really think so too. He's a cool dude though.
Like I
He's
don't want to
cool.
believe these people aren't. I want to believe they are. I know
Yeah.
someone was saying too, like a lot of these people, like they get on through the gang stalking and then they switch up their whole thing.
Yeah.
You know?
This is I don't know. It's just you gotta be very careful.
Hmm.
Very, very careful.
Yeah.
That's why I say to myself, I be looking at they channels and watching their little
Oh, you repeat.
commentaries and stuff. But
Hmm.
I just be like,
A lot of these YouTube ministers and stuff too be fake. The pastors and ministers
right.
switching up.
Yes, they do.
Let me switching up to. I remember you heard of some guy named Brother Carlos.
Brother
He
Carlos.
got the prayers.
No.
I remember I met somebody on the chat who was a TI, and me and him was talking, and me and her started talking, and Carlos ended it real like he ended the chat like he usually be on for 30, 40 minutes. It was only 12 minutes. He ended it because I asked anybody in here what gang stalking is, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going through the same thing." So me and her just started talking like crazy in the chat, and he ended it mad abruptly, like, ah,
Oh,
just
we is not doing that.
yeah, yeah. He ended it. He's like, "Nah, I don't want to talk about that." They reacted funny.
Wow.
But you know what? I started going on a lot of live streams where people on everyday live streams started making friends with people who aren't TIs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but what I noticed about it was that I feel a lot of the times when you think something is happening, it's not happening. Like what they do is I thought I was being blocked from these people, but it's YouTube actually blocking me.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's YouTube actually blocking me, and on top of that, they're making me not see people who are actually there. So I'm thinking that these people have me blocked when it's not true.
Yeah, that's definitely true because the social medias definitely know about all the TIs that they blocking, so or targeting, so they do their tactics as well.
Hmm. But it's just so crazy how this is like the main thing. Like even like out of people who like, cause like they get people who suspected like it was this video on line where the news was talking about. It was the bunch of these Arabic people suing the government because they felt like the
Hmm.
government was trying to turn them into informants. It was
Oh
people who
wow.
suspected no-fly lists, like suspected terrorists, were getting paid money to get them off of that list to become informants.
Oh wow.
I'm like, wow, like this is like we're really at the top, like even over those people. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? Like I remember there was a shooting over here. Somebody had got shot, and like it was a bunch of cops. It was like investigating, I think. And I know when I walked past, like two of them like left it, like looked like they left the scene to go blow their nose. You know what I mean? Just to target. It's
Yeah.
like the
That's
most.
wow. It could
Yeah,
be
it's like
somebody dead and all blood hanging out, and they going over there to sneeze or blow their nose.
like this thing is like project number one. Like this is the main thing that goes on.
Like
You
we don't care
know?
if you survive or not. We gotta go and do our tactic.
Mhm.
Like
And I remember
wow.
to read about political science before I was a TI. Like
Yeah.
government's job and like most law enforcement, their job is to watch individuals. Their job is never to protect the public or to look after the public because the government is not big enough. It's like
Mm.
one less than 1% of the population. You knew
Right.
that, right? Like the government is so small and law enforcement, they're so small that they can't really look after all the citizens. So what they do is they look after individuals, like they look for and after individuals.
It's like
Like,
a pyramid,
yeah,
basically.
right.
Because the tinier you get to the top, it's tiny up there. Then you
hmm
come back down, it's like a few. Then the last block after when the triangle's complete is the citizens.
hmm I
So,
remember my friend from high school, one of my friends from, listen, no, this was my best friend. One of the last times I seen him, he was walking into a precinct with his sisters. And like they got like this happened the moment I was walking past the precinct they were going in. And I'm
hmm,
thinking, like maybe that was like street theater, you know?
yeah,
Because every time I tend to see people, it's when they're exiting, I'm exiting or entering, or they're exiting or entering. I'm just not realizing that. Like when I look back, like that's the time when I really see people. You know what I mean? Like when I'm exiting,
yeah.
entering. Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you get them holding doors for you and stuff?
Open doors for me. No,
Hmm.
you get that?
Well, maybe because I'm a female. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
female.
be holding door. They be using mostly the males.
Or the whole doors open. I know when I hold doors open for them, they don't like going through it.
Yeah,
Like I
they
hold
be
door.
holding the door.
That's the. Isn't that a good?
I be
That's a.
like, what is going on?
Mm. Masons call doors portals, right? Windows and doors are they call them portals.
Yeah, but they definitely be holding doors. They like I don't know. They basically they have to sync with you. So basically, if you a person that is like you got manners and stuff, and you're
hmm
not like a person who just like oh F you, and you just be like oh thank you. For some reason, they'll do the same to you. They got to. They can't be mean to you because they're gonna get in trouble because they
Oh,
know that you're not like that. But it makes it more harder because they camouflage and they know that they don't like you, but they gotta act like they do.
hmm Tell me when my boss just walked past me.
You say your boss?
Yeah,
Oh, for real?
but like I knew what he was doing. I knew the pattern he took. So I took a second look at him because I knew like you know what I'm trying to say, like how he crosses
Hmm.
where he was from far. Then when I got
Oh,
close, I
wow.
seen him. I didn't know it was him, but then I double taked and it was him. crazy,
Oh,
right?
oh wow.
He really is.
That is wow.
But I've been seeing him. I think he do live over here because I've been seeing him one time. Because you know when you walk in and sometimes they flash their light at you while they're doing a
Yeah.
park or something. He did that, but I wasn't paying him no mind. Then he started beeping. The car started beeping like beep 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 beep. So I know what they're doing. So I don't even pay no beeps, no mind. And then he
Right.
screamed out the window. He screamed my name out the window. And then when I went up to him, I said, "Oh, what's up?" And he was like, "Oh, if you're looking for work, just call me. I got a new number." But like I knew
Okay.
what he was doing. You know what I mean? So it's crazy how
Yeah.
they. Yeah, this is really what they're about. They really
Yeah.
it's life. Like this is
Do you get the like let's say if you near like a window or something and you get lights from different apartments, then like different houses or apartments and it's like a flashing light
when it
coming
was
to you.
first going through it. I think I had like a helicopter flash, helicopter
Yeah, I
flash.
had that too.
Like uh,
Helicopters.
the confusion stage is like it's mad crazy. I remember I had helicopter flashing the light inside my window. I remember
Mm,
I had the Channel 7 News helicopter was like beaming a light on me. You know, like when you walking, like going about
yeah.
your, it was the 7 News, like they was right over me, and I think they beamed the light on me. But at the time, I
Oh
just like
wow.
chalked it up to coincidence. You know what I mean? Then you had like this newscaster lady from Eyewitness News. I was in Manhattan, and she was
Oh,
reporting, and she was just like looking at me the whole time, like it was just strange. You know
that
what I mean?
happened to you too? That happened to
Yeah.
me too.
Oh, for real?
Wow. That joint happened to me too.
For real?
Yeah. Like in the beginning or middle of my targeting,
Mm-hmm.
like I had the news, like I was walking past. So something happened where they was broadcasting or filming something in front of a hospital. So I'm passing there. Mind you, they got this bright light beaming. Like the girl was like literally not, she didn't look human. Like she was dazed out. She was gone. She was spaced out
Mm-hmm.
like a robot. And the guy was just looking at her and they both looked at weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my
Oh,
God.
you
I
was
was
seeing
like,
stuff like that.
huh?
You seeing stuff like that. Real strange, eh?
Yeah, I'm like, she didn't even blink. She was just staring like, I'm like, and I looked at both of them. I was like, this gang stalking right here. Why y'all gang stalking?
For real?
Because you know they be trying to get you on TV too. Because they
Yeah.
want you to pass there so they can get a glimpse of you on the TV.
Oh,
Yeah. Because he
this
was
thing is
filming. He was filming her. So I was on the side that she was facing, like trying to do the report. So I couldn't pass them without being seen on the camera. So I had walked a little
oh,
fast
so that's
and
what that's.
I looked at them and she was just not blinking no nothing. She was just like you could tell that something was up. I said, y'all some gang stuff and kept it
Oh,
moving.
she wasn't blinking or nothing. You don't think
No,
that
she wasn't blinking.
wow. The confusion stage is when they throw out all they whole arsenal trying to get us to end ourselves.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember I seen this lady. I don't even like talking about this because discredit or whatever it does because it's not. This is not real. This is not part of reality. But I seen this lady like
right.
she glitching out.
Yeah, they definitely do.
hmm She was like glitching up, like just like you know what I mean. Like it looked like something like the Matrix. You know how when Agent Smith was going into
Right.
people switching, it looked exactly like that. But and I
Sheesh.
was with somebody and I told them like, "Yo, look, you like look at her," and he was like, "What?" Like he didn't see that, and it was just so weird.
Mm.
And everybody else. Oh, I was in the Barnes and Nobles on 42nd Street. You
Oh
know about
wow.
how
Yeah.
upstairs they got like the seating area? Yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
was. And the lady was glitching up, and I was like, "What?" And I was with a guy. I met somebody there, and I only met him because he had a cross on his forehead, and he had a Bible in his hand, and he was walking around like Jesus Christ.
Mm.
This is like when I first go through it. So me and him start talking, and he was talking about God and all that stuff. Then he said, "Let's go to Barnes and Nobles and talk." So we went there, and then this lady was sitting right next to us, and she just started glitching up like crazy. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And at the time, I know crazy stuff is going on around me, so I'm like, "What is
Right.
going on?" And then I tell him like, "Yo, look at her, look at her," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Hello, how you?" Like he's thinking like nothing is going on. Like he just thinks I'm saying, "Look at her" for no reason. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And this cat keeps walking
Wow.
across, like even like it's crazy how these cats is doing the same pattern that the people do when they walk.
Right. That's the
Yeah,
same thing. I kept seeing cats crossing the street.
mhm.
Everything. I'm like, yo, what is going on?
I don't try to record it, but forget it. Yeah, that dude ended up like he was. These people do some funny stuff, but the lady was glitching
They
up, and then you got
acting
people
too real.
in there just staring at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
had a
know.
guy today. He was like in my face. Like when I
Mm,
walked past, he was just in my face. Like I'm like, man,
wow,
this game stalker, just leave me alone.
it must be like hell being a woman and going through it.
Yeah, because I get it a lot from the males, and it's
Mm.
like, what in the world? The
The
males
male, the male
and
sucker be trying to get with you.
indulging, but in majority be the males and their children.
Because I remember my friend was saying, I know when it's a gang stalker because they'll go extra hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But with the females, they'll do the females, but they either be gay or they either be like they'll be mainly like they'll be they'll be cool with you, but then they'll just like try to they'll put you in the spotlight, but it'll be like not a genuine spotlight. It'll be like trying to crack jokes.
Mhm. It's not real.
Yeah.
Man, it's just so crazy how that, like, you can't make this stuff up. What's really, like, this thing is such a major
Yeah.
part of society, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I noticed too, like, one of the last places I was working, mad people from my old, like, this is before I was a TI, like, right before everything went over. Mad people, like, mad old friends, mad people kept coming to my job. I kept running into them. I was kind of happy at the time, like,
Yeah.
into this person, this person. And it's like one of the dudes I ran into, he didn't really, he didn't really say anything, you know. And then like I know a lot of people that I used to associate with became cops out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or they
Like,
already was already.
right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like some of
But
my
people,
classmates, they were turned into police, and
right.
I was
And
like,
I
"What in the world?"
ran into them a lot. And one of them was like, "What are you doing over here?" He invited me to an event that they had, and he was like, "What are you doing over here?" Because I was kind of by where he lived at.
Uh-huh.
Because I moved over there. I was like, "Oh, I live over here now." But it's just so crazy, you know what I mean?
Right.
All of them became cops, fire department, one of them fire department. And I'm thinking like this is all a setup.
Yeah. And they always crave to have city jobs. Like,
Hmm.
no, I gotta have this city job. I gotta have a city job. I gotta have a city job.
And they trying to get
I'll
us
do
to the job.
it. Yeah. They were like, join the city job, like go for it. I'm like, no, I'm trying to be self made. What you got going on? I'm
Hmm.
not trying to be here working for the system that long.
Get a city job.
No. Yeah.
Oh, this place this gym I used to go to when I used to do boxing. The guy
Mhm.
to be like, you need a city job because I wasn't working. Like they trying mad hard to give me a city job. Gang stalkers. And it's like
Yeah.
the people that are doing good too. A lot of these black people that are doing real good are gang stalkers too. It's sad though.
Right. Yeah.
It, like I feel like a lot of like some people say poor neighborhood is worse, but I think maybe like black middle class. Well,
Yeah. It's all
mm-hmm.
middle
I remember,
class, poor. It's all type corrupted in some sense of form.
mm-hmm. I remember this job I had. My boss, my manager, he wasn't even like my man. No, he was my friend though. We was cool. And I ran into him in the city and I told him I needed a job and he ended up being a manager at a in retail, right?
Yeah.
So I started working with him and we still kind of cool. But anyway, I went to go use the bath. In this job you couldn't sit down, right? There was no sitting down. So it was no chairs, it was no sitting down. So while I'm there, no. So sometimes I would go to the bathroom and just sit. No, I wouldn't even do this a lot, but this time in particular, I went to the bathroom to like sit on the top of the toilet seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did it for like 2 minutes just to get my feet down. Like uh I didn't even really like do it for a long time. I just did it just to
Yeah.
get my feet a little rest. So this was like a Thursday. I think we had a holiday weekend. This was like a Thursday. This was the last day because Friday we was off. It was a holiday weekend. And I remember Sunday morning he texted me like, "Oh, like we got no," because I think came back to work on Tuesday. Sunday morning he texted me like, "Yeah, you ready for work?" He said, "Don't be sitting on the toilet." And he posted a shit.
Oh. Yo, that is wow.
Yeah, and I thought I showed my brother that. I showed my brothers that. Yo, look, how did he know I was on the toilet? My brothers were just laughing. And that was just some weird stuff. Like I didn't mess with him anymore after that. Like after that, I didn't mess with him. You get what I'm saying? Like after that was a wrap for a whole. I'm like, is there a camera in the bathroom and this dude is watching me on the, you know what I mean? Watching me in the bathroom. I just said
Right.
like
But
after
you
that,
think it's our phones though?
probably. Hmm.
Cause
Probably.
that's the only way I can think of. Like, it's
Hidden,
the
hidden camera.
phones. Cause if
Hidden
you don't
camera.
got no cameras around, it gotta be the phone.
But hidden cameras. Those videos on like those American Home Funny videos, like that video. That TV show where they had like the restaurant workers spending the food and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like they always have those hidden cameras. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what they have.
I don't know. Who knows? That's
But sometimes I come.
wow.
I remember when I went to. I remember one time I went to one of my coworkers and they'll just know stuff. And I put you in shock. But I'm thinking it's just spiritual. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like dang, because I was. Yeah, it's like yeah, it was crazy. Because I remember the machine, the Metro car machine was broken, and we had to wait in line mad long to get one in that thing. And then when I went to work, me and my coworker was talking, and he was like, "Yo, that machine was broke, and the line was mad long." But this was way before it was gang stock, so I'm just thinking like, what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, they had
Wow.
cats on me. And I remember it was the guy who used to drive the truck, right? He would drive the clothes and stuff from like truck, like he would be going to Manhattan, Queens, all over the place, right?
Mhm.
So we never really interacted with him. He was always on the road. So I remember one time I told him like, "Yo, you got the easiest job because you just be chilling. Like you could drive, park, chill, go to restaurant, go eat, whatever." And then he said, "Let me show you something." He said, "Let me show you something." So he took me to the computer in the office and he said, "Look at this." And he showed me how the truck has a GPS on it, and like they could see where he goes, where he stops, how far he goes, what time. Like they
Yeah,
had a whole map. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, oh
which is a
snap.
given. I know that they had like GPSs on them
Hmm.
on
So
the
that's how they began
cars.
stalking us. But it was like a real world. Like you could see the road where he, exactly what road he's on. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the interface. And I was like, oh, snap at the time. And like looking back, that's the way they could gang stalk us because they could see everything in real time. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like that map joint, that Google Map.
Yeah.
You can see like when you go on the street and you can move the little man to the
Mm,
direction. But you see that when you Google a place that you want to go, you always see a cop car. Well, I do with flashing lights.
oh, for real? On Google Maps?
Yeah, on Google, they be gang stalking too.
Oh, stop using that.
Yeah, that's why I stopped using it. Like I don't use the
Oh,
maps no
they
more.
gang stalk you on that too.
Yeah,
That's just strange. Like now they're going overboard.
yeah,
They do that is overboard. That's overkill. All these social media sites is involved with it.
of course. You already know. Yeah, they go hard,
And they
especially
recommend.
Facebook. Sheesh.
Mm, they
They
it's
will
like
ban you out of your own profile. I was banned out of my profile for 2 years. I could not get in it. No, none of that.
wow. I got like seven, eight. There's 7 or 8 Facebook profiles with my government name.
Wow.
And there's some guy who's there, the same picture on all of them. And I reported it mad times, and like it never got taken down. And
Wow.
I showed people, I showed my parents, I showed my brother, I showed my pops, and he just laughed. He said the guy kind of looked like you. He went. No, my father said he wearing the same suit you wear at sixth grade graduation. He starts dying.
Oh, wow. Oh,
They know
wow.
exactly what's going down, right? They just
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, it go deep, man. It go deep. But I'm finna get off here
yeah,
because
that's
I gotta
definitely
rest. Yeah, it's late.
good. It
I
was
gotta get up.
it was nice talking to
It was good talking to you too.
you. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Homer. Uh, Homer, are you trying to come on? Or Homer Sampson. Homer. I've been praying a lot, man. I've been praying a lot. I've been watching that guy Jonathan Kleck a little bit too. I've been watching his videos. Jonathan Kleck. He did one video where he was talking about the hive mind. Wow, but the car speeding.